1, and you should be live.
Hi, I'm NMarkro. This is 4.5. I'm gathered with.
Hi, I'm Prof 9. I'm one of the people who run Tres. And what are you running today, Markro?
Mega Man Battle Network 4.5 real operation. But in English.
That's strange. That's strange. I don't remember this game being released in English.
Well, neither do I really. Just stumbled upon this one.
Weird.
I'm Jumi, the project's translator. Hello.
And I'm Lex. I edited along with Mid.
And
Well, sort of.
I ran the game with the cheater toy gates.
Hey, one.
Yeah, pay to win, basically.
You know, it's the only way to win, right? Buy the chips.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Sad.
Shout out suspending nearly $400 on battle chips and gates.
Alright, so you ready?
Basically, yeah. Let's go.
Alright, well I'm gonna press the new game. We're gonna go on an adventure.
Get ready to jack into the world of Onimusha.
Wait, the stream's stopped for me.
It's not just you.
Yeah, you're live.
Okay.
Okay, let me mute the stream real quick. Holy hell.
Okay, it looks like you're back up.
Okay.
It's still loading for me. Oh, there it is.
I've dropped to negative 48 frames. That's
European
so
servers.
weird.
How does one do that?
Magic. Alright, are we back on? I press a new game?
Well,
Alright, let's go.
yeah. Looks like it.
So, first you're setting the date.
Yep.
So why do you pick this specific date? Oh, this part is also in English now, I guess.
You guess.
I guess.
I mean, I've seen it a couple times before now.
I choose a late Friday afternoon, night, to,
Afternoon.
so that when I register for the tournament, it rolls over and I can do the tournament right after.
So this is roll.
On
She tells your fortune.
Greyheart.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Good job, you did it.
Also, the time. Oh god.
This is some bad luck already.
Oh, Marco, you missed a tournament already.
Oh no. What's happening with the time?
MGDA's like
Clockman's interfering.
Alright, we're gonna fix the time. This is a legitimate speedrun.
You're going so fast, the clock's going backwards.
I'll go get Geo to go kill Clockman.
He's got -40 frames dropped.
So startup operate Star Force.
Already ahead of you.
So what are the requirements to do the official tournament like this?
Beat the gold tournament, silver tournament, and then beat the official tournament. Requires you to beat all the Dark Lords, Dark Voids up to including Shademan.
You don't actually have to beat the gold tournament, I think, because you can just get a gold ticket over and over.
Yeah, but that's slow.
It is slow.
This is my favorite Battle Network tutorial.
It's mostly copied from BN5, this one.
Yeah. However, the way you do the tutorial.
How many times do you have to change the in-game clock during the run?
I think only twice.
So first part is the Apprentice license, which
Yep.
is in Internet 3, right?
Internet 4, which is basic. No, it's Internet 3. I get the areas
All right.
mixed up because they're in weird orders. So yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen this game before, you don't have direct control of your Navi. Kind of a gimmick. That you just give your Navi command. It plays a lot differently than normal BN.
It's a lot more boring, really.
Yeah.
I don't know why people like this game.
It's one of my favorites just because of how different it is. But it's also very frustrating to play a lot of times.
Why have you decided to start with roll?
The benefits roll brings like air shoes, burst barrier, are
Did
very
you get air
beneficial
shoes
to-
too?
Either air shoes or float shoes.
Do you use the discounts for the shops too?
Sadly no, because those are only on
Ah.
Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to get pretty lucky to roll that initial fortune. That's the only way to do it if you're starting on Friday.
Oh, that's right. You can get discounts that way, can't you?
I didn't actually know that. Alright, so we're gonna beat up this nerd because I need some Zenny bug frags.
Friday's battle day.
Just use the debug menu, dude.
Huh. I didn't know you could fight a dude in here.
It's
Yeah,
every Friday.
There's a bunch of nabbies, like, in every area that you can fight.
I think we might use that to get the missing bug frags I need for base. That way I don't have to fight like a 600 HP
Yeah.
normal Navi.
So I have to get an S rank on these, right?
Yeah. Oh. Throwing.
No.
Okay, timer's frozen. That's fine.
Go, roll, use, roll.
Yeah. In order to register for the gold tournament, you need 20 bug frags. So I'll need to get those over the entire run. But I need Zenny starting out, so I'll speed him once. Come back later.
Oh, by the way, while we're running on the overworld, if you look at the top right, you might be able to see that the FR from Friday is yellow. So that's a feature that we added in this version. In the Japanese version, it would say like the kanji for the day of the week. And in this game, depending on the day of the week, different viruses of different elements will spawn. So for instance, on Friday, LX viruses will spawn. So because that doesn't really carry over to English, because in Japanese, the kanji used for that date means like that element. Maybe Jumi can explain that better.
Yeah, for Friday you've got metal, which, you know, is the closest thing to a X, since, you know, you've got the metal panels and whatnot. You've got, you know, fire for Tuesday and whatnot. So because, you know, if you're playing in Japanese, you know, if you're a Japanese kid playing this, it's really kind of apparent when you talk to the NPCs what kind of virus will appear on what day. Since that isn't something that, you know, one for one carries over into English, we went with the color change as kind of Net's best solution.
Yeah, so Friday is yellow, and I'll have to look at the other days actually.
That's really cool. The map's easy.
I think Mid said he cried when he heard about this idea.
What, really?
I'm sure you can confirm in chat, right, Mid?
What did he want instead?
No, I mean he cried because it was a good idea.
Oh,
Tears of joy.
tears of joy.
Yo, air grab. It is like the best ship in the game.
Dude, this Dropbox folder is a mess. I can't find this thing at all.
I think it's
What are you trying to
usually the second answer that's correct for MMBN's minigame.
Yeah.
Either first or the second.
Really? I
If
didn't
you're
watch the
age
channel.
0, you'll only get like the same 2 questions.
The 1 plus 1 is pretty hard, man.
For a 0-year-old, yeah, probably.
I think it's like 3.
So I need a big hammer to register or to get my license. That's why I'm finding these encounters.
Ah, there we go, I found it. So on Monday, the icon will be gray, because wind viruses show up in some places. On Tuesday, it's red for fire viruses. Wednesday is blue for water viruses. Thursday is green for wood viruses. Friday is yellow for elec viruses. And Saturday and Sunday are both neutral days, so they're white.
Yeah, even in Japanese, Monday wasn't really apparent. They kind of just tacked on the wind viruses. I think, you know, in Japanese you've got moon for Monday. There's no real correlation there.
Yeah, so I figured if we're doing colors anyway, I might as well make it slightly different.
Yeah, it was good.
It's only in a couple of areas too, I think. So, in case anyone is wondering, there's no release date for this yet. There's still a bunch of editing to do. Most of the text is translated, most of not all.
Aww.
All text, fine. All text is translated, but most of it still has to be edited. So in this version, we edited all the text that you'll see in the speedrun. So you shouldn't be seeing any Japanese text in here.
You won't see any Japanese anyway. It'll show up as W's if there's something that's been left out.
That's true.
Yep, if you go to the BBS, you'll just see World 3 propaganda right now. It's
Yeah,
pretty
don't
bad.
go to the BBS, it's terrorism.
Cyber terrorism.
Spread the word of Wiley. Go to the BBS.
So basically all the text for Roll currently is translated, and for Mega Man. But for all the other navies, it's still getting started.
All of them are translated, they just need to be edited and localized properly.
Yeah, which sometimes can take a while, depending on the navi.
I got you.
And you're not getting the hammer, but at least you're getting mag bullets. Good chip.
It is a good chip. It's one of the few good chips in this game.
It's one of the few
By
that
the
feels
way-
good to use because it's responsive.
I think the time isn't running in game.
Yeah.
Was I not supposed to mention that?
It's fine, it's fine. That's how it normally is, right?
No.
You know, proper speedruns are supposed to play the game with a dead battery.
Yeah. Yo, I replaced my battery. I'm proud of it.
That's same here, man.
The game's literally impossible without the battery.
Yeah.
Oh, Gregamaster, right now he's grinding for a, what's it, Big Hammer 1 chip? Because you
Yeah.
need it in the preliminaries, or in the Apprentice test.
Yep.
Replacing a battery for a GBA game is surprisingly easy.
Yeah, it's not so hard. if you want to play the translation on an actual GBA that comes out, you need an EverDrive, which has an RTC battery in it, and you can just there's just a slot for it. So you can just take it out, put a new one in.
Yeah, I'm gonna be buying one next month, just so I could screw around with the translation.
So Marco, have you over 100% of the game before?
No. I've been planning on doing it.
Have
Well-
you ever made it to the credits before?
Oh god, no. So much you have to do.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I sat down and tried to do it, but I got bored quite a ways. And to see the credits in this game, you've got to, I believe, beat the official tournament with 13 navies, which unlocks the under tournament. After you beat that with 1 navi, you see the credits. I think that's correct. The 13 navies you use have to be the Soul navies from 4, as well as Mega Man.
I thought the credits played after the official tournament, actually.
They play after beating the undernet tournament. No, after beating the official net tournament, after beating the undernet.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
see.
think that sounds right.
There's a lot you have to do to get the credits in this game.
Yeah.
The big problem is that you can only register 5 navies for tournaments every week, so
I have a
You've got-
theoretical route for any percent. I would do it in like 32 hours, I believe.
So there's 13 navies. You have to do like 4
you have to
tournaments
beat
with
the
each.
official tournament with...
No, 3
You
tournaments
don't have to
with
do
each.
the under tournament with them, just 1 has to be
Yeah.
under, I
Yeah.
believe.
So 3 tournaments, 13 navies.
You have
I
to
mean,
get
I
all the
guess
standard
you could
chips.
skip,
So that's
the
39
first
tournaments you have to
tournament,
do.
I mean,
you have to
like
register.
the speedrun here just does... Sorry to talk over you, just does golden official, so you could do that for all the navies if you really wanted, right? Save a bit of time. Golden official.
Yeah, but then you have to wait until you can register more navies per week, right?
Yeah, you can change the inlet clock. though.
Yeah, well, I think we're talking about playing it properly.
Oh, properly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
guess I
this
was.
is... That's
Oh. Also, unlocking navies is kind of a pain because you only get them once you beat the official tournament, so it's kind of a slow start at first.
And a lot of the
Yeah.
really cool navies you don't unlock until a lot later.
I think Belize is one of the last ones that you get from the official tournament.
All the really cool navies you unlock are gated by the Belgium gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get a Wick Man, Plant Man, what they...
Landman is great. Nightman is great. Shadow Man.
That's great.
Plant Man is not so great to play as.
Especially when he keeps walking into my heat breath head.
One of the big differences in this is that you can actually unlock the gate navies after unlocking the soul navies their normal ways, so you don't have to buy the chips in real life.
Currently in this version it's still beating base, I think. But
That's beating
we
base.
are
That's
gonna
the
change it.
official tournament.
That was the plan, but I haven't changed it yet.
Someone in chat asked why this was Japanese only. I don't know, I guess Capcom figured we didn't want it. It's really supposed to be played primarily with the physical, chip gate. So since that wasn't really a big thing over here, or maybe this model wasn't a thing at all, maybe someone else could elaborate on that, it just wasn't brought over.
Yeah, so basically the story behind this version is that they made this in half a year, basically. They made EXE4, and then they were like, well, wouldn't it be nice if you could play as your own Navi? Because they added Operation Battle to BN4, which is a minigame that you can play if you insert the battleship gate. So then they were like, okay, well, it would be cool if you could, like, roleplay, right? So then they made 4.5 in speedruns. So then they made 4.5 in, like, half a year. And then they made EXE5 in, like, less than a year after that, I think. It relied heavily on the toys, so...
As far as the game's story goes, there's less of a story than you'd find in a normal EXE game, since you're not playing as LAN, you're just playing as, your own self-insert operator.
Yeah, the whole thing is also written by Iguchi, so there's a lot of good stuff here.
There is some bizarre text that you guys probably won't see. Maybe.
Every Navi has text for the tutorial at the start of the game, but you only see it for one Navi, so most of the text would probably be wasted.
The tutorial actually only happens once per save as well, not once per navi. So to see
Yeah,
like
that's
Forte's
what I meant.
text, you'd have to specifically slot in your Forte chip as soon as you got the game and start your game off as him for the very first time. So
Yep.
no one's ever gonna see that.
The Windman minigame is part of the route, yeah, because Windman is blocking the entrance to one of the areas. I think it's in Internet 8.
Yep.
Actually, it's not required to do that, right?
Yes,
I
it is.
I
'Cause,
think
you have
you
to play
block
one
in
of
the
each
second
minigame,
everyday
don't you?
tournaments, right?
you have to do it even if you are trying to get like the gold license or the like gold
Oh.
ticket. He's blocking that
I-
area.
Yeah, well, it's just for gold tickets, right? But you don't need those, right?
I think
Well, I'm
you
not
have to
sure.
do it
You're
to
the
get an
runner
email.
here, so.
I think it's a trigger for an email.
Hmm.
Maybe.
I don't think it's related to the Dark Lloyds. He's not blocking one of them, is he? That's
No.
all that would really be related to the emails.
He's only blocking an area with an everyday tournament in it.
Yeah, for the gold tickets, I think that's all.
All right, it's still
It's a fun minigame,
necessary
though.
for the route though. For new missions.
I saw when I watched your thought on the speedrun leaderboards that you open one of the emails. That's actually not necessary, I think.
Really?
So there are two kinds of story emails in this game. You get emails from the officials, and you get emails from like the mailing list newsletter. And I think you only have to open the ones that tell you about the Dark Lloyds going rampant somewhere.
I don't know. My favorite food.
It's obviously pizza.
Yeah, it's pizza.
Donuts.
It's always pizza.
I love that too. Yeah, me too, bro. We have so much in common.
Yeah, like you could skip the dear customer email at the very least. I think you know that though.
Oh, I don't have an enemy. Sorry, y'all.
Basically, any email that tells you about a new boss you're going to fight, or tells you like you qualify for prelims. I think there's something like that at one point you've got to read to actually trigger the in-game events.
By the way, if she asks for your crush, you should answer. You should answer
Oh yeah,
With Prof.
it. Sure, why not? But it actually changes part of her dialogue at the end of the game. It's different. for
That
every
is true,
method.
yeah.
interesting.
You've got to answer Mega Man and make a messed up love triangle.
So at the end of the game, after the official tournament, there's like an interview, and depending on what personal info you entered, the interview might go differently.
Yeah, some navis will quote like, "Let's go home and have pizza for celebration" or something.
Shadow Man wants to go to your school to do an assassination request.
Oh, dude, I'm taking
Yeah. Thanks, Aguchi.
I'll gladly take Shadow Man to my college.
Oh yeah, you can press L button too if you want. Should all be translated.
Oh, really?
Not very interesting though. It's just like I'm kind of curious about the incident in insert area here.
The amount of times I saw that line. Like, you
Yeah,
see that
I
line
think
for
that's one of the
every
first
single
things we
Navi.
did.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
And in between every incident, it's exactly the same, just with a different number at the end.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. I guess they didn't really want to write unique messages for every scenario for every Navi.
That didn't stop them for everything else, though.
True.
Yo, so there's just this top man here. So,
So the story behind this is that the first email you get is like saying like, "Welcome, you're now a net battler, etc., etc. Watch out for Dark Lloyds." And then you get some. I think after the Apprentice tournament, no, the Apprentice license, you get a email that says, "Well, Top Man is running rampant in Internet 3, and don't approach him." So of course you're going to approach him. And it turns out that he's being hacked by the Dark Lloyds to go berserk.
So even though, you know, you've got Top Man, Cold Man, and whatnot as part of the story, they don't have any actual dialogue in the story. But if you happen to run into them in the tournaments, they do have a few choice one-liners.
Yeah, everyone gets one-liners in the tournament. But the story is really just go to an area and walk onto this specific panel, and a boss appears, and you beat him.
Yo,
And then you check out, you get another email, and you repeat.
medium roll.
Yeah, you know, it might be kind of hard for someone just starting up this game without experience in the main series, knowing that navis sometimes appear in dead ends.
Well, for the first one, they tell you to, like, not walk around edges of deserted areas.
I suppose so, yeah. I mean, I would just take that as, like, general advice. Like, that sounds like something you'd say in real life, not like a gameplay tip to find him, you know?
Yeah, yes. Maybe we should make it more clear.
Prof, which were the Navi chips that caused the games to crash?
Guts fan.
Let me see.
Gutsman was one of them, right?
Gutsman is one of them, yeah.
It was Gutsman.
Numberman, I believe, was one of them too.
That's obviously something that's been fixed in this patch.
And I believe the last one was Windman.
Gutsman, I have Gutsman here, Fireman, Aquaman,
Aquaman, no!
Circle Gun, I have listed. And there's a bunch of others, but I don't know which chips they are. I just searched for the pattern that was causing the crashes and fixed it for all of them. But it's most notably Gutsman, because I think he's in the starting folder.
Yeah,
Guts
as
Man
is Numberman.
are in the starting folder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you know,
you'll
before.
probably crash into it.
Well, not in this.
Yeah, I thought that was already fixed. I
Not
think
in
I asked
English.
to fix it when
Yeah,
I was
it's fixed in the patch. It was already fixed in the demo patch that's currently on the Rockman EXE zone. But if you use a good emulator like MGBA, that doesn't happen. You don't have to worry about a thing.
I think I was... I guess I was just using a VBA actually, outdated, back when I started playing.
Oh,
Thank
look
you,
at that,
Marco,
rolled
for the
over.
stolen
Yeah, you have
scrap.
to have to refresh the menu for a bit, I guess. Wait, why are you resetting?
Since the real-time clock changed its tone,
Oh, it
wasn't
didn't.
registered anymore.
So here's the tournament, and Rabida's the host for silver, gold, and official.
Oh, so you've got to do all 3 tournaments for this.
Looks like we're fighting Gutsman. Lex, you know what to do, right?
Yeehaw!
So, what he normally says there is guts, guts,
Guts.
in literally every box. So we changed some of them to yeehaw.
Yeah, which is what he did in Battle Network 2.
2 and 3,
But
I
it
think.
turned out there was a lot of situations where he says just guts, guts in Japanese, so he said
Yeah,
well, probably quite a bit now.
we kept some of the guts, guts to change it up. And I took out some of the, because in Japanese he says guts at the end of every sentence. I took out some of them.
Yeah, but now
That's
guts is the end of every script instead rather than every sentence.
Yeah, it's still obnoxious though, as it should be. Thanks, Iguchi.
Oh, I never
I
did
feel that-
find the heart.
Having one man write, what, like 18, 20 navies was a mistake. Gotta switch gears too often.
Yeah, so what most people might think is that you just choose one Navi and you play the whole game with that. And that's what you would think if you read the interview in the strategy guide. But actually no, you're supposed to use all of the Navis and just switch them off constantly doing tournaments and whatnot. Because you can only register 5 per week for a tournament. And you have to beat the official tournament with all of them.
Yeah, there's various blockades on the internet, kind of what they did in like 6, I think, where you know, got like Aquaman clearing fire and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, you want to switch between the navies because if you clear those obstacles, they persistently stay down across all of your navies. So if you want to play through the game as Mega Man exclusively, you're never getting behind any of those barriers. So I believe you probably won't be able to finish the chip library without
You
switching
can't.
between navies for this.
Oh, you could use like chip trainers. Like there's a lot of
Is
chips
it-
that are locked behind.
Are there?
Like
It
number
seems
doors
like
and
there's
stuff.
probably stuff you wouldn't be able to get.
Yeah, Eurasia, it's not Spoutman. We went with Aquaman because it's better. So for most of the translation, we want to make it as close as possible to an official localization. So we have full text dumps for all 6 main games, and we mostly stick to whatever 4 and 5 did because this game is between 4 and 5. So it's mostly stuff from 5, and then wherever it's better in 4, which does happen occasionally. It's rare, but it does happen. We use the text for 4.
Yeah, for example, Spoutman didn't exist back here, they hadn't made that decision to change the name due to legal reasons. Besides, we don't really want to call him Spoutman anyway.
Yeah, even in the official complete works, it says that Spoutman was a mistake. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but yeah, I'll believe it, sure.
I don't know, I've never read it. So out of the navies that can show up in the Silver Tournament, are there any that are particularly frustrating to have to deal with in a speedrun?
All of them. Starman's really the only like really bad one. Numberman can be
Top
pretty
Gun's
annoying.
kind of a pain. I
Man,
guess
Numberman's
if,
my favorite fight.
I guess if you don't have like the pellet buster on one of the shoulder buttons, Numberman might be a pain, huh?
Can
Yeah,
Video Man show up in the tournament?
he shows
Golden
up
on,
in the
right?
golden one.
People.
He
He'll
most
definitely
likely
be
will
fighting.
show up.
Definitely.
Numberman and Aquaman are my favorite fights. He just used one chip to kill him.
Yeah, Aquaman's so easy.
The lightning is so good. Numberman getting hit by like a barrage of meteors, it's so good.
By the way, if you really hate the EXE 4.5 battle style, Gregamaster made a patch that lets you play with the regular MMBN battle style, which like adds a custom screen and all that. And you can use that with the demo translation patch. So if you're really put off by this system, you can use patch to change it. You're not getting the full experience, of course.
Nice.
Yeah, nice fight.
Roll and Starman actually have really both quite good charge shots. Roll's got her fast firing arrow, and Starman's got a like homing star thing. It'll miss if the enemy's moving too fast, but they're both really convenient.
Alright, we were supposed to do that a long time ago. Do the put the reoperation, not the actual net battle patch, and see if it works with the gate.
See, Kwaishi. I've been robbed.
Prop bombs. Okay.
In the chat, Raphael Robo asks, how does the system work? Basically, you have your Navi target an enemy and you give them a distance to maintain from that enemy. From there, they'll just move around normally until you hit one of the shoulder buttons to command them to like shield, use charge shot, use pellet shot, or you can use chips in there as well. Some chips the Navi will try to warp into position to use, but some chips like time freezing ones, they'll just use on the spot, so you have to time those yourself.
I think you have to read the other email, actually.
How do I?
Oh, here's your crush.
Oh, here we go.
If you hit R on the menu screen, you'll get the same text you'd get from L in-game, and if your Navi tells you to read the email, you gotta read the email.
She's getting all excited.
Well, there you go, fat kid.
Waku waku doki doki.
Yeah, here you go. It says in this email that
Oh, okay.
in Internet 5, another NetNavi shows up.
Hmm.
It's gotta be Prof.
Nah. Oh, I know. The God Gamer himself.
Video man?
Oh, that's even better.
Wait, Marker, you need 20 bug frags for the gold tourney, right?
Yeah.
Yo,
I
man.
checked that. I got the guide right here.
By the way, whenever your Navi is like making small talk with you and you don't care, you can just press start to skip it. And they'll,
I
like,
saw
tell you.
that earlier when I was practicing, like, oh. I forgot the
Yeah.
dialogue that I thought was cool.
Is
They'll
that
tell
in the
you
original?
off,
You
but-
listen.
Sorry?
Is that in the original game as well, or is that added to the patch?
No, it's in the original game as well.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
He's got their
I
own
mean,
line that they
you
can
edited it, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember like ever being told I could press start.
I'm sure we discussed this one time and I told you.
Maybe.
I think I was streaming for you for a bit and I accidentally did it and you were like, what was that just now?
You'll notice that there's no spaces after the commas, and that is intentional. It's how they did it in the other Battle Network games. So sometimes it does look a bit weird, but we're going for how it should be back in 2004.
Yes.
So it's just how it is.
So we're also not putting in any like references from after 2004.
Not that there are many references anyway, only where the original Japanese dialogue had references. I think there's something to Dragon Quest and something else.
Oh, those Navis.
I
Yes.
think we reworked those references to
Yeah, I don't
those
even think
American
there are
any
references
recognized, like,
anymore.
Harry Potter or something.
No, they're
It
They're
was
just
something
generic.
load.
yeah, we'll get to them later, and I'll
Hello?
talk about
Yeah.
which the names originally were.
We spent
Basically, they were
hours.
very obscure references.
We spent hours arguing about this, and I do use the word argue. And it definitely was hours.
The Dragon
We
Quest
spent
one-
hours arguing about a lot of things, really. Yeah, we're not gonna put in it's better than nothing.
The golden programs don't actually show up if you don't have the gate in, right?
I don't think so, no.
I don't believe so.
No, they don't.
They do?
They only show up if you have the gate in your GBA.
Hmm. I know the ones that let you change your wallpaper or your background, they still show up, of course.
This would be weird because their only purpose is to like refresh your battle chips.
I think it's weird that they put that limitation in the first place, honestly.
And it completely nuke it in BN6.
Thank God. So that was Sparkman, the second Navi that was corrupted by the Dark Lloyds. Then you get the next email and you go find
Studying
that one instead.
speedruns.
Oh. I'm glad
Yeah,
I found
small-
that out.
Small
Yeah.
talk's pretty great.
Okay. Now I stop having fun playing this game.
Is it Video Man time now?
Yes, it
Kind
is
of.
Video Man time.
First we get a good minigame.
Deep breaths. Right? You got this. You're MMBN. You're not gonna
Lovey-dovey,
let
man.
Video Man win.
Aren't you gonna send a lovey-dovey email to Fat Kid, MMarkro?
Maybe later off stream.
You'll probably appreciate it.
Send him a
So-
strongly worded email about that last NT run.
Oh, he's already know. I already talked to him about it. He went over estimate.
Did he?
Just
I
say
have
that
no idea.
again. Also, Midnight, it's CHRG shot, because that's how it was in BN5 Operation Battle. And I know I changed it like 3 times, maybe 4 times, but it's final now.
So on the subject of like the commas being in the text before, we run into a lot of issues with editing with text space. That can get really difficult sometimes.
Yeah, so So the text box in the PET screen is very restrictive, and there's not a whole lot of English words you can fit in there.
Japanese, they can just throw in whatever they like, and they manage to make it fit.
Yeah.
Whereas I spent hours trying to compress dialogue, and it kind of makes you feel a bit appreciative of what they did with the previous battle networks, because it's really hard to get that much detail into these small boxes.
Yeah.
For the mini games as well, like MMBN's minigame has a very small text box at the top
Oh
left.
man.
It was impossible to fit any word over like 8 characters in it. It was not happening.
I think even 8 is stretching it.
I think it might have been 6 or 7.
It's a fun game. So the door that you saw there with the question mark on it, that's a number door. You can only open it with Numberman, Protoman, and Shadowman, I think.
Searchman, I think.
Searchman too, yeah, you're right.
Is there anything that the gate navies can do that the soul navies can't unlock? There's nothing
I
exclusive.
don't think so.
No, I think it's all overlap.
Okay,
like
here's
Forte
the
can do
first.
Whirlwind.
Here's the first forced mini. No, it's the second actually because we have Numberman first. Second forced minigame. So sometimes you'll come across this navi who's blocking your path, and he just wants to make you play a video game. I mean a mini game. So Metal Man, you have to punch rocks basically.
I'm having more flashbacks. Please don't mention that again.
It's actually statues. Don't worry. You can shoot them.
This is probably the best minigame? Maybe.
I
No
don't
way,
I
like
really
man.
much.
like it.
Iceman is way better.
Then again, anything's better than punching rocks.
Just
It's
something
definitely
that
better than
the
Numberman's.
Won't tell you is that the very last thing in here will one-hit kill you if you let it go by or touch you.
Dragon Master, we could do that, but Metal Man doesn't know your name, so wouldn't make a loss.
Don't shoot the Zenny.
Why you shoot the Zenny for?
If you
faster.
Is it?
Dude, you need the
Animation
bug
on it.
frags.
I mean, I need the bug frag. but- Also, I'm going to be getting rid of Zen. Full speedrun. Since I'm resetting
Going in for
clock.
the money shot here. I really don't like this minigame, honestly.
All deleted.
The last one you have to bust her down before you punch it.
Yeah, it just seems kind of thrown together. I think it would have been better if there were health indicators above them.
I think the original text for that was kind of really bad, and we had to rewrite it. I think he said something that could be interpreted as something quite racist in the original dialogue. I think he said something like, "Your
What
face,
text
it isn't dark or it isn't black." Had to be very
Yeah.
careful with that. There's actually a couple of
Oh,
things
the
like that I had to be
official
careful
who's
about.
confronting the guy.
So he pulls a mid. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
there's
there
a
was
lot
one-
of like.
There was one really bad one, but I don't remember what it was.
I was actually probably just about to talk about what you're thinking of. In one of the mini games, I want to say it's for Protoman, where you're supposed to go like apprehend a criminal navi. The identifying feature that they give you is a black body.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think there was something else that I was thinking of, but yeah, that's one bad one. I think we turned it into darkened bodies or something, or
Yeah,
blackened
dark-
bodies.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
it's a
honestly
new-
probably is what they were going for anyway.
Currently, there's no actual release of this version.
And there probably won't be anytime soon.
Yeah,
But you can watch it here.
Over and over.
TeamBN exclusive.
Track command you can use. for
Ah,
certain-
hey, my favorite fight in the game, Video Man.
I didn't know he actually summons the other playable navis. That's pretty cool.
So I assume that the reason you're spacing out your area grab is to reset the reset timer.
Yep. That's why you want multiple area grabs.
Always want multiple area grabs. At least there's no chip codes to worry about in here. It's not like EC6 where you've got to try to grind the area grab asterisk. Well, it is translated, we just haven't edited it
Nice.
and put it all in yet. So there's no release on the patch.
That's literally never happened before, by the way.
Good
What
job.
happened?
I beat him first try.
Dang.
Hey man, I told you. Congrats.
It's because I made him easier in the patch, of course.
Hey, you should practice some speedruns.
Absolutely not roll. You should know me better.
I didn't actually make him easier.
Yeah, Eurasia Video Man's probably one of the worst. If you go into that fight without the pellet buster on and you don't do what Marco did just now where he got on the other side of the tape, you're not going to win that fight.
Why don't you try writing a handwritten love letter to Fat Kid,
She
Marco?
really wants you to write a Fat Kid.
She's trying to hook you up, Marco. Take the hint.
She is.
Oh, Yuri, you have a gate. Video Man's easy.
Okay, so this is the first
Do not
instance
turn.
of you setting the time. This resets all your Zenny and clears any like daily event or like registered. Well, yeah, it gets rid of your Zenny and clears all your registered events.
Yeah, Fat Kid did some really impressive work with this patch.
Blue heart. Oh.
I believe that was like, in Japanese, I copy pasted like some common fortune teller line. It doesn't really translate all that well.
The Doctor, the release date isn't known yet for this. It'll probably be a while until you can play this version.
Yeah, our current progress is everything's translated, we still have editing and insertion to do.
Yeah, right now only Mega Man and Roll have everything translated. There's like 19 other navies,
Well,
so...
it's all translated, it's just not in yet, not
Yeah,
edited.
yeah, that's what I meant. Not inserted, not edited.
Okay, so now I'm gonna grind the rest of my bug frags.
I'm surprised they let you keep the bug frags when you reset the time.
I'm glad they do.
That is strange.
Because it's obviously supposed to be like a punishment for resetting the time.
Yeah, so whenever you reset the time, it gets rid of all your Zenny and it cancels all your tournament registrations.
Prof's heading the project, we have Lex as an editor, along with Midnight. I'm one of the translators, the other translators aren't really too active in the group.
Well, currently all the text is translated. They were pretty active before we finished up.
Yeah, so I'm the representing translator tonight.
Does that mean I'm the representing editor?
Hi,
Mid's
Mid.
not on voice, so yeah.
Hi, Mid!
So actually in this comp there's a Mr. Prog that hops up and down, and a while ago I posted a screenshot to Twitter with that Prog hopping up and down, and that actually had the colored day of week hack implemented, but no one noticed, unfortunately.
You almost let it slip. Was that on purpose or something that you left in on accident?
I came across the Prog and I saw that you could walk through them, and I thought it was kind of neat, so I figured, okay, I'll share it, and then I thought, well, might as well throw in a little hint or two.
I remember back when I was translating stuff, there was this Navi that was like meditating and he goes like, oh, you know, like Dragon Ball Z sounds, and he says he starts floating. So when I started playing the game and got to that point, it blew my mind to find that he was actually floating in midair a little bit. It was
Yeah.
static, there was no animation, so it was as lazy as it could get, but it still surprised me.
Yeah, the NPCs do some interesting things in this game. There's a lot of them that are just running around for exercise too.
Yeah,
talk
I see
to them
some
and
of
just huff,
Frog's
huff.
in it.
There's actually this old man who quotes haikus every time he talks.
Oh no.
That was a good time. We decided to keep everything he said as haikus, so I had to not only translate, but everyone debated over how to write the final haiku product as well. It was a mess.
It took
turned-
forever.
It turns out that putting 7 syllables on one line in a text box of this size is actually kind of hard.
It's a lot harder in English.
Not just that, but also he says his haikus are from Japan, which
I
doesn't
think you mean
exist
from
in this.
Electopia.
So yeah, it's changed to Lactopia,
Famous Electopian fan.
and that was actually in one of the haikus, and we couldn't fit it in the box.
Wait, was that in one of the haikus?
Yeah, he says, yeah, the word Notopia is definitely one of the haikus. No, sorry, Electopia is definitely one of the haikus, and it was like hell to get it to fit, 'cause it was on a 5-syllable line as well.
I gotta look
No,
this
sorry, a
one up.
7-syllable line.
I gotta look this one up.
Yeah, when you use the sword chip, your Navi will try to teleport to use it on the Navi, and if it can't, it'll move around 5 times.
Yeah, your Navi will auto-target with most ships.
Most.
Oh, you're right. The final haiku is in this area. Men from Electopia are reading haiku.
Yeah, oh god, I remember that. So it took forever to get that one haiku in.
I mean, bug price, I need 20, but I'm actually getting Zen.
How many do you have right now?
Probably 19. I also need 7 times then.
So Capcom never really gave a specific reason why it was never released out of Japan, but it's probably because the game heavily relied upon the use of the Battle Chip Gate, which was never released outside of Japan.
Yeah, the game is fully playable without it, but it's a little bit of a gimped experience. Yeah, as we were saying, your Navi will auto-target with a lot of chips. They won't auto-target with time-freezing chips, and there are a select few non-time freezing that they won't target with. I believe like air hockey. I'm sure there's a few others.
So the haiku that I mentioned earlier about Electopia, the original was reading haiku, Japanese old man in this place. So Japanese is like 3 syllables, Electopia is 5 syllables, so not much room there.
So yeah, we probably just have Electopian taking up the whole line.
Basically. I think in an earlier version of this, before you two joined up, Mid and I actually made him rhyme. So we had some really stupid rhymes for him.
Glad we showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe what we're doing right now in the patch to unlock the Battle Chip Gate navis is to just unlock behind Forte.
Yeah, so in the demo patch, you start off with Starman unlocked, because he was bundled with the Battle Chip Gate bundle with the game. But in the current version, he's not unlocked from the start. And the way you unlock new navis is by defeating base in Chaos Area 2. But we will likely be changing this, so it's a bit more in line with how you unlock the other navis.
So we'll probably just be unlocking them behind the official tournament, just putting them in the order. How the official tournament works is every time you beat it with a new navi that you haven't beat it with previously, you unlock, I believe, 1 or 2 navis in a set sequence.
Yeah, I think first you unlock 2, and then 1, and then 2, and then 1, etc. Or maybe 1 and then 2.
I think it's 2 to start with. I can't remember who. I want to say it's like Thunderman and Woodman to start with, or maybe Fireman, Aquaman. I don't know. Who cares? But yeah, we'll probably just be tacking the Battle Chip Gate navies onto the end of that. So instead of stopping at the last Soul Navi, I believe Blues maybe, Protoman, Starman will, you know, continue the chain until it ends at 4 time.
We should probably make it so that you need to beat it with all 21 navies to unlock the credits.
Mm-mm.
No, thank you.
Oh.
Oh no.
No.
Maybe
It
we
can
should.
run, right?
Oh wow.
Okay, we're safe.
It's not BN4.
Shout out to all the Mega Navies that Method got earlier today.
He brought it onto himself.
Yo, math drill. Heck yeah.
Math drill.
Yeah, so sometimes you can find minigames in GMDs. You can play them from the PET screen after you've checked out, but it only shows up for certain navies. And I think Roll gets ice letters and math drills. There's also a target practice, or snipe training, I think it's currently called. But I don't think
target
Roll gets
practice.
that one. Yeah, you go sniper training with Searchman.
Yeah, you have to do it. I'll be doing it in a bit. No, Roll can't.
Yeah.
probably do this.
It's also a forced minigame, indeed. I think we're about to come up on the Navi judges.
Oh,
no.
these folks.
I forget what you need to do for each of them, so I'm just gonna.
I got you.
Well, they tell you, so.
Oh yeah, it's
I
in
think
English.
one is.
They'll tell you
I
English,
don't
yeah.
need to. Okay, good. I don't need to pull up my notes.
What a concept.
Yeah, NMBN maxes out with his minigame, which he can either pick up as an item, or he can do once daily for free just from trying to jack in.
I think you can do it multiple times per day, but there's a timer on it. But I might be mistaken.
The one that's triggered as an option when you jack in is once daily. Aside from that, you'd have to go pick up the items as random GMDs.
So, could you go a little slow through the dialogue of these judges?
I'm
Then we
gonna
can see
need
which
to,
names
yeah.
they use.
I think these are the only navies with names.
Just about.
As in, like, generic NPC navies.
There might be more. Probably very minor ones.
Oh yeah, there's like 1 or 2 in the mission dialogue with Protoman, I think?
Could be.
They make up all these little criminal groups that are never mentioned anywhere else.
They
Like
do mention
Rattling
Gospel though,
Skulls
don't
or
they?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, World 3 as well.
Okay, so this one is called a net gain, as in a net gain, you know. And her original name was Tanabota no Jion or something, and we have no idea what it meant. So we just made something up.
I
So
believe
she
it
wants
was, like,
she wants you
Jin of the
to.
Waterfall Base, or something like that. It's been a while, but
Oh,
we
it's just fun.
couldn't find what it was a reference to. One of these guys is a really easy, obvious reference to Dragon Quest, but I don't think we could figure it out for some of the other characters.
Yeah, so we had one. That was the Dragon Quest one. There was one that was like. I don't know what Witches of Paradise is. You wrote it down here. I'm not sure what it is. It's, I think, some kind of light novel series or something.
Yeah.
And then there's this one that we had no idea. We couldn't find anything. But ultimately, we just went with. So the rightmost one is a net game. The middle one is Setup Wizard, who was originally called the Magician of Technique Berutsu or something like that. But now he's Setup Wizard, which is more or less the same, right? And the left one is Load Runner. And the left one was originally Hayabusa no Gen, which is a corruption of Hayabusa no Ken, which is the Falcon Sword from Dragon Quest. So first we did the Apprentice license, then you fight Top Man, I think, then you do the official, the Silver Tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you fight another couple of Dark Lord Navis, or Navis corrupted by Dark Lords rather, and then you go to Internet 8, you talk to the guy with, the guy who does the signups for the gold tournament, and he tells you to fight 3 Navi judges. So that's these 3. So one of them you have to delete the enemies within 30 seconds. The other one you have to get a busting level of 8 or higher, and the final one you have to delete the enemies and win a battle chip from them. And after you do this, you get permission to join the gold tournament. So there's 4 levels of tournaments in this game. There's silver tournament, gold tournament, official tournament, and under tournament. And aside from that, there's also everyday tournaments. The everyday tournaments you can do, as the name implies, every day, but only at specific times. And if you win them, you get a silver ticket or a gold ticket, which you can use to open one of the doors in the internet, but only once. And if you do the silver or gold tournaments, you actually get a license, which lets you open the same doors, but it doesn't expire. So if you want to do the official tournament, you have to fight all the Darkloid Navis, and they appear in later areas every time, and you need like tickets or licenses. It's easier to just get the license. So that was the 3rd judge, right?
Yep. The little animation roll does. Too good.
So because this game ties into the real-time date and time, the navis on the net that appear actually change every day, and also depending on the time of day. So every day you can find different NPCs that tell you like funny stuff and such. And like they have different dialogue in the morning and in the evening and all that. So it's pretty fun, even though you do the same thing over and over in this game. Oh, and here's Windman. It's still different every time.
This is my favorite.
Oh yeah. Time for the worst minigame.
Jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle.
Wind God's
man.
Dance.
So, fun fact, this says 36,000 cyber feet. In the Japanese version, it's actually cyber meters, and we converted all of these to cyber feet. Because it's for dirty Americans who don't have the superior metric
have
system.
Oh, sorry, they don't have meters. I guess they have feet.
Yeah, they
The
have
best
the
minigame.
imperial system. This really is a really dumb minigame, in my opinion.
It's easily the worst.
Well, it's not bad by virtue of it being really easy.
All of them are kind of the worst.
Oh, that's a good point. GM mentions, is there going to be an EU version with meters again, Prof?
If MRE makes a European title screen, then sure.
Oh god, please no.
It's happening, you know.
Poorly
Yeah.
designed European box.
Also, we made the this version of the patch is compatible with the English version of BN4, so you can connect this game to Operation Battle in BN4, and you can actually fight with the BN4 navis. So if you select one of the new navis in EXE 4.5, it doesn't work, but you can select one of the navis that were in EXE 4, and you can do Operation Battle with that game. And you actually use the same rules as in EXE 4, so it doesn't use the 4.5 battle system there. So normally it only connects to EXE 4, but we made it connect to the English version of BN4, but it only connects to the North American version. So if you want to connect to the European version of BN4, we'd have to make a separate European version. So what's your best subject, Markro?
That's depressing. Were you going to put nothing?
No.
Sleep runs. sleeping.
Oh, dude, you major in sleeping too?
Oh heck yeah. My best subject.
Hope you've been practicing your sleeping lately.
And not after this marathon.
Resident
However,
sleeper.
Sleeping comes in handy on the internet. That's about the level of dialogue that you'll get from the nabbies.
So you're changing the clock now, right?
Yeah, oh, it's magically was 15 minutes. Whoa.
Ow.
Lemon heart.
Lemon heart.
Ooh, back it.
Most of the fortunes don't actually do anything.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah, there are some of them that do actually do something. I think one gives you discounts. I don't remember the other one. I think one gave you like extra bug frags, so you might want to get that one for speedrun.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
It's actually pretty fast to reset for them, so
Okay, this may take a few tries.
here's the gold tournament. Second tournament, you win the G license if you win this one.
I believe in you, Marker. You got this, my man.
It's over, dude. It's over.
Oh
Oh, no.
Reset.
Rewind. Bloop.
Thankfully, unlike BN4, you can actually influence the tournament boards by just resetting the game.
Yo, could someone like ban Ghosted for like 10 hours?
But he's right.
Make that Prof too.
I mean, there's no way you won't be facing Video Man in the finals.
No, he'll probably be
Oh.
facing Metal Man.
Oh, no, yeah, it'll be Metal Man. Metal Man always wins.
Almost always. There seems to be a trend. Certain nabbies will almost always win the tournaments.
You can manipulate it.
Yeah.
If you press B, the Navi when you press B, the last Navi who exploded will win.
I don't think that always works though, right?
I thought that was 4. Oh, wait, no. Is it?
No, in 4 you actually see the battle play out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they just explode for a bit, and then one of them wins.
The only Navi doesn't work with is base.
Yeah, base just obliterates everyone.
Also, there's a pretty good chance I just don't beat tournament.
Yeah, but if you can make it to the finals, Metal Man's pretty easy at least, so you've got that. Look forward to it.
Yeah, man. You got this.
Pretty nice spell.
Yeah, I have had normal Navis beat Dark Soul influenced Metal Man just by skipping the fight.
Nice. At least playing his role, you might occasionally encounter heart data on the net that'll give you an HP memory.
Yeah, she tells you in her fortune when you jack in the first time that day where the heart data will be. It's like in one of 4 areas.
Rather, it's not in one of 4 areas, but it could be spread out anywhere in those 4 areas. And the 4 areas chosen are always ones that you have access to, depending on how far you are into the story. So you can have 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12, or somewhere nasty, meaning the undernet.
Oh. Yeah, shot stars meteors. That's from that's the name that was used in BN4 because there's actually another meteor chip. So they just went with shot star and we figured, alright, why not?
It is Ryu Segon, yeah, correct.
Uh-oh. Yeah, meteor was fireman's chip.
Feeling lucky with money.
That one gives you a discount, I think. Right?
Oh, so I can go buy Varsword.
Mm,
And then
well,
do
you,
a life sword in back
Super
row.
Vulcan.
you did just reset the time, right?
Yeah. I spent all my money on
Yeah, he's
Super
broke.
Pokemon anyway.
Seems like there's not that many ways that the tournament board could be laid out.
I think a lot of it's
Oh.
based on the day of which you do.
Wow, Middleman lost.
Gentlemen lost, yeah.
So I've seen Shadow Man show up in this tournament too, I believe.
Really? Shadow Man could show up in Gold Tournament?
I think it was Shadow Man. There was one Navi that was showing up in here, just completely destroying it. I'd change the day to the tournament.
I'll tell you, and I wonder if this has happened to you too. It took me probably like 150 hours to find Blues in the tournament once. He just never showed up for me.
I think he only shows up in... Does he only show up in the official tournament?
Yeah. It's the only time I've ever seen.
Well, you can also do his free fight, right? On certain days.
You've got to fight him in the official tournament and beat him first, I believe.
Oh, right.
So I ran through the official tournament with like 9-10 nabbies at least before fighting him once. So by then I'd actually gotten all 3 of his chips from the free tournament roulette though, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, nice low roll there, man.
Low roll.
Burner Man's just a pain period, really.
A lot of these fights weren't designed around 4.5.
Yeah, even in the tutorial they tell you to constantly change your positioning based on how the enemy is attacking, because it's really kind of wonky. Except when you're fighting Kendo Man.
Yeah, Kendo Man's just better to let go of the controller.
You just want to position really far back for Kendo Man, don't you?
The AI makes really stupid choices sometimes. Oh. You sure you don't want to fight Video Man? You did beat him first try.
I'm beginning to think he might be a better pick there.
I found that the AI has a lot of
Purple
trouble
Heart.
dodging fireman stuff.
I think Purple Heart is the one that gives you extra bug frags, right?
I'm not sure offhand. I'll check the guide.
Elec Man. Yeah, if you have good chips like mine's counter 3s, you can probably have a much easier time with this.
Yeah.
Purple Heart adds
Counter 3?
bug
I've never used
frags
counter
by
threes.
1.
I can never get counter chips to work.
So you
I'm
get one
bad
instead
at these
of
games. That's why I had MMarkro run them.
I don't think counter does work in this game, so roll just dodges immediately. For once.
Gold Heart is double Zenny.
Wait, doubles any?
So that's pretty good.
Starman's equivalent of the Purple Heart actually gives you 2 extra bug frags instead of 1, so he's got a bit of an advantage. Pay to win. The goal of the run is to be the official tournaments.
Yeah, because if you want to see the credits, it's really long. You have to beat the game basically with 13 different navies. And you have to get all chips. All standard chips at least.
Guts.
Yeehaw!
Oh shit, was I supposed to say yeehaw?
You betcha.
I'll make up for it next time.
I'm gonna miss this.
Oh,
It's
man.
so hard. Oh, okay, never mind.
Nice.
You should really
Got
have
him.
roll up a little bit further against the Rockman so she doesn't corner herself above and below the zappy thing.
I prefer to do it, because then if she does corner herself, you just use the buster and get her out. I think Electron is probably one of the easiest fights in this tournament.
You could probably put Thunder Plus actually in the folder because you have mag bolts, right?
Ooh, that's a good idea. Magbolt's like a stupidly good chip in this.
Thunder Plus is actually in BN4, but only available via the Battleship Gate. So in 4 there were a couple of chips that you could only use with the Battleship Gate. Let's see if I can find them. Oh yeah.
It's the 4 elemental ones, right? And
it's marking, which makes you green invisibility and moves you to the front of the field. There's cannon mode, ball mode, or cannonball mode actually, and sword mode, which let you use those chips for a bit constantly. And then there's Fire Plus, Thunder Plus, which is plus 40 to those chips. Aqua Power, Wood Power, which is times 2 to those chips. Black Weapon, which boosts your Buster stat by I think like 8 or something. But it does give you an HP buff. And there's Final Gun, which charges up for like 13 hits of 50 damage or something like that.
12 hits for 50 damage.
Yeah.
good
That's
job.
really good. Nice. Wood
Nice,
Power.
clean 600 damage. See, I told you you got this.
Now it's time to die to Iceman.
I believe in you.
Don't worry, we got mag balls.
That's the lightning. Easy.
Ah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if this were EXE3 and we had Plantman, we'd be all set to go. Unfortunately, the Battleship Gate Nabbies don't have Nabby chips, you just get, you know, like wood power from them.
Alright, get ready, Lex.
I'm ready.
Iceman's one of the easier ones to fight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look a little bit redundant having him and Coldman in this game, doesn't it?
A little bit. They're basically the same fight as if Coldman, just harder.
The more chances I get to use lightning, the better.
Ah, Yeehaw's gone.
Ah. You get your chance.
Nice roll.
I think the new bosses that they added are a little easier to fight with the 4.5 battle style.
Go, shoot some.
Nice,
Well, means that
nice sword.
Around it, yeah.
Yeah, relax.
And that's the gold tournament.
Ah, I got
Nice.
chips from all three. Huh.
Now you're gonna get like a cannon one from this.
Oh yeah.
You get the G license.
Yo, Rico's all video, man. Yo, there's some pretty good cheater chips in there.
Am I seeing like
Yeah.
Yeehaw!
Oh man, it's even V1 version.
It couldn't have at least been V2.
Oh, no one saw that.
I don't know what happened there. That's not supposed to happen.
That's surprisingly trendy.
It's like she asked you, you know, for the other stuff, even though you haven't given her anything yet. So take a look at the script that triggers for the first time she asks that.
Yeah, I should probably check what it's doing there. Although it doesn't happen on like Little Brothers or Big Sisters and such, which should use the same kind of script.
I know you don't like video, man, but why don't you try sending a message every once in a while? Thanks, bro.
The patch is not finished, everything has been translated, but there's a lot of editing and inserting left to do.
Yeah, so it'll probably be a while until the final version is released.
Yep, there's currently no planned date. Not even an ETA.
I should say. Oh, I never ended up playing the minigames with them. That might have helped.
So how many Dark Light Navis are left now?
Burner Man, Kendo Man, Cold Man, Shade Man? That's it? I also have to get the plus and minus key to get to the internet.
That part is actually fun though.
Let's heal
You don't
Navis
think so?
are vicious.
It's more interesting than just going to some empty square and finding a ghost Navi.
That's true.
First thing we're doing is giving Top Man full playability, complicated story arc, romantic scenes. After that, we'll consider Sharkman after that.
Now, where exactly I find Burnham? Sure. Oh, somewhere.
I believe it is somewhere up here, yeah, like keep going straight up. It's at the top edge of the screen on one of the donuts.
Easy.
Yeah, there it is. So this time you do actually have to beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, you should put a Thunder Plus in your folder. Or did you already do that?
I think I put it in.
As we all know, Burning Man is weak to electricity.
Yo, high roll. There we go.
Well, he's not weak to electricity, but I think it's like it doesn't cost any custom to use the plus chips, right?
Nope.
And does it?
No, it doesn't. Sorry.
And it combos with Magbull, so might as well.
It sure is a shame that we never got to see Glide Fight in the games.
Actually, there is a custom battle that Gregamaster made with Glide in Battle Network 6.
Oh, that's cool.
Let me find the link to that real quick.
Farming from Matt's HP doesn't sound like something a speedrun would have.
That's the Glide fight. Oh, was this chip modified in 4.5? What was changed?
Oh yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
that's neat.
Yeah, you must be right. Yeah, you know, when I started playing 4.5 the first time, I kept trying to not land the die on the enemy. Eventually they did it by accident and realized, oh, it's okay, I can just do this.
So I really like the email title for this. So the original one was like some Japanese word that meant like testing out your sword on random bystanders. Now it's a striking incident.
Yeah, like there was no way to keep all of those nuances in what, like a 10 or 12 character email title.
When in doubt, add puns.
Yeah, that's pretty much how the entire localization process went.
Sometimes there's just no way around it.
That's what
in that
Capcom
BMT?
would have done.
What would Capcom do is basically our motto for this. Although there are some things that they probably wouldn't have done.
If this were a Capcom localization, the Navis would be calling you daddy.
Daddy?
Oh, no. So one
Battle
thing,
Network 4, remember? Don't make me sound creepy here. It's
Oh,
a reference
right.
to the bad
Oh,
translation, come on.
Yeah.
You guys are dropping the balls.
so
We
one
gotta
thing
wait
that,
for Daddy to get back.
one thing they probably
Oh.
wouldn't have done is add the underscores in front of the area names, because in BN4 there were no area names displayed at all times on the overworld, but in BN5 there were, and they added underscores to the start of the names to make it all 12 spaces. None of the Japanese games do that, by the way. The problem is that in your HP, your player name shows up, and you can't really know how long that is. So I don't think they would have added underscores there, but I figured might as well to make it more consistent with BN5.
Man, the net's on fire, just ignore that.
Yeah, you need either a fire navi or a water navi to get rid of the fire.
Sure strange that the officials aren't sending out emails about these rampant net fires.
They're too busy complaining about not being able to do anything because they don't get orders.
Now, we got this old man, this old top band guy in Internet 4, you know, sometimes going up to people, talking to them, scaring them real bad.
So this one is Coltman? Or no, it's Kendoman.
Kendo man. Easy one.
I'll fight you.
I say easy now.
You did save, right?
Oh yeah.
He did.
Okay. I hope she dodges.
Oh, now I remember what to do for this fight. Area grab
Good job.
under jaw. Get on Snake.
Oh.
Come on, Snake.
Uh-oh.
Alright, I
Oh.
may have messed up there a bit.
So, easy, huh?
Yeah.
Honestly, 900 HP is a lot of HP to burn through with these chips. There's no real strategy, no real dominant strategy in 4.5, I think.
Yeah, just kind of deal with what you got.
Hope
All the
that you
good
get
chips
stuff
are
in
really
real
too
ads.
far away.
It's probably just see what you get in the battle chip roulette.
I'm amazing at this game.
We're really good at dodging that.
Oh yeah. It's really hard. I didn't know he could do that. Oh, whoops. I thought that was Super Bowl.
So the battle system in 4.5 is you don't directly control your Navi, but rather you tell it which enemy to target and what distance it should try to be. And then you can send one of the 3 chips at the bottom, depending on how full your custom gauge is, and the Navi will just use that chip.
Unless.
Or at least
there's no
try
chip
to
codes
use that
either.
chip. Nice.
Kendo Man's chip wouldn't be too bad to put in.
Nah, I generally end up putting it in.
No siblings allowed for this run.
Nope. Frozen World. Wonder who that could be.
It's fine, man.
It's freeze, man.
Negative 40 degrees. Which kind of? It's important.
I think it's actually the same in Fahrenheit and Celsius.
Huh.
You don't really like video, man.
I can't. I don't know what to tell you, Roll. I really don't like it.
Yeah, minus 40 Fahrenheit is the same as minus 40 Celsius.
Oh.
So that's kind of neat.
Oh, yeah. I need to remember not to jack out fucking search, man.
I really don't like the Searchman Napalm minigames.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
At least Napalm Man's optional, he only opens up a shortcut.
It's a very useful shortcut though. It goes to like Internet 4 and Internet 12, I think.
Will that be happening in this run?
No, because you need to have done the official tournament
Yeah.
in order to open that.
Ah,
Or rather, you need to have registered for the official tournament.
At
Which
that
is actually
point,
kind
it's
of-
done.
Kind of annoying because you have to like backtrack all the way there, and only then do you get the shortcut.
Yeah, it's the same as Searchman's minigame. You've got to backtrack to like, you know, Internet 1 or 2 to do a minigame. So
At least
it's only
it-
really useful if you're running through with all the navis, not so much in the speedrun probably.
Yeah, at least it warps you back to where he was originally after the minigame though.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah. Really annoying.
Yeah, I think a nice change for the game would have been making the, you know, roadblock navies not appear for every navi. Maybe, you know, after you clear them once they're gone, like the fire and stuff, because having to do Searchman's minigame at least 13 times to see the credits is just, it's terrible.
Do they appear if you're playing as that Navi?
Yes.
yes, and then they say like, "Wow, you look just like me."
Well, that's for the free fights, right? Is it also
that
for
was-
the?
I think.
Yeah,
I think it is
I
the
don't
same.
think there's unique navi for the minigame ones, only for the standing battles.
Yeah. So now you have to go all the way back to Internet 2.
Snipes and viruses.
It's just a shame that they didn't put a standing navi battle for Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man's the only Navi in this game you can't fight. I guess it would be a fairly boring fight though.
I guess I didn't even think about that, but that's right. It's weird.
I mean, they made you fight Dark Mega Man plenty of times in the 4, so they had the
Yeah.
code, and there's a precedence for it, so it's a little weird.
I don't think they wanted him to go dark on you in this game.
Well, no, I know. And I guess to be fair, in 4, Dark Mega Man kind of copies your battle style, so saying that they had that code doesn't really mean much when they would have had to design an actual battle style for him.
Yeah, he would just like use your chips probably, which is way
regarding-
harder than any other Navi.
For those regarding playing as navis, you can switch between them by just jacking out and going back to the title screen at any point.
Yeah, you start with 4 of them, and then every time you beat the official tournament with one of them, you get either 1 or 2 new Navis. And some of them are locked, so you need the battle chip gate to unlock them, unless you're playing this patch. But we basically assume that most people will either play it with Mega Man or with bass, and they'll just cheat to get all the navies. So whenever we're like editing dialogue for some navi that no one's gonna use, like Iceman or something, we're like, oh well, it's not many people are gonna see this, huh? Roll is chosen because she starts with first barrier and gets air shoes, I think.
Yeah. And roll arrow is amazing.
Yeah,
it might
roll
be
arrow
float
is
shoes,
very
not
good.
air shoes, actually. You know offhand? Air shoes lets you go over holes, float shoes ignores panel effects like poison and lava.
Although Gutsman has super armor, right?
I don't think so, actually.
He has
No?
undershirt, not super armor.
The minigame looks awesome, but it's actually not very fun to play.
Yeah,
Well, it's
whenever you,
float shoes, but check.
whenever one of these viruses is like crawling underneath their helmets, you have to like wait for them to show up again. And some of them are invisible, so you have to use the invis-scope.
Yeah, thankfully, you won't really be seeing the higher difficulties of this minigame in the speedrun, but it gets really nasty later. There's these little magnet virus guys fly all over the place, and they fly so fast they could be anywhere on the map at any time. They can actually also fly outside of the boundaries of where you can shoot.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hey, this is bad.
Uh-oh.
These guys are some of the nastiest viruses you can run
How are we
into.
at?
What about the spiders?
Those are pretty bad, too.
Yeah,
So how many
Could say
backpacks
so.
do you have right now? 12.
Like 12.
Oh, but you don't need them anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't know anymore. They're like really common from GMBs in this, which is weird. At least to 5. They're non-existent.
you at least get more control over your Navi than you do in Battle Chip Challenge.
So this is Coldman, and he's definitely different from Iceman.
Well, actually, all the navis are translated. They're just not edited and inserted yet. So right now, this patch has Mega Man and Roll edited and inserted, but everyone's translated into English.
Yeah, so for this marathon we only did Mega Man and Roll as far as possible, and the other ones are still either not started or just some very minor stuff. Eurasia, running away depends on your custom gauge. So like if it's at 1 bar, you get the run rate for like the first chance. If it's at 2 bars, you get like the run rate for 2 chances.
Yeah, I remember when I played. I think if you run with it in the blue, it pretty much always works.
Yeah, usually. I haven't really looked at how it does it in detail.
I imagine there's probably a base chance depending on the HP, and then it's like added to or something depending on the gauge. I don't know.
Oh, nice reverse air shot.
I never actually used the elemental buff chips when I played. I didn't know they were permanent throughout the battle instead of just one-time use. It's the
Well,
first
they're
for the series, no?
They're temporary.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So
It
it's
stays up there
time-based.
until you use something of that element.
Well,
Oh,
it
okay,
stays,
so it is
stays
just
up there
one-time
for a
use.
little while after, but it disappears after a while.
So it can buff more than one chip?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It really is a shame that there's not more info on the chips in game, you know, they don't have like, they've got the library, but it'd be nice if there had been more detailed info throughout the games.
Unfortunately, the descriptions for the chips are only like 9 characters per line, and there's 3 lines. So
Oh, yeah.
you can really get very descriptive with these in game.
Ices and slides all over.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a shame that the series ended up just being on the GBA. We didn't get like some kind of expanded upon chip library.
2.5 tape slap in.
The Japanese descriptions are only a little bit better. Like, they sound better, the grammar is much more proper, but there's still not much information.
Oh, good thing I just got Thunderflow.
Shotstar will just kill him on it.
Yeah.
A nice big cannon.
What does this chip even do?
Coldman's? I
Yeah.
think it launches.
It ices all over and slides.
Oh, okay.
I believe he generates one ice block from where you're standing, pushes it, and then if there's any others, he'll push them too. He might push other objects too. I don't know.
I think I saw some glitch where he could actually kill you if he pushed an ice block into where you were standing.
Oh wow.
I think Mid sent me that one. Or it might have been Eurasia, I'm not sure.
Regarding the Buster and one controlled shots, you can put two different things on your LNR triggers. Depending on your Navi, you'll have a choice of like shield, special attack, or two, like the roll arrow, and just a pellet buster. You can turn the pellet buster on and off. The Navi will dodge much worse when they're using the pellet buster, or when they're charging something up. And if you choose like the roll arrow in battle, they'll use it once, then they'll go back to just the regular dodging mode, while they wait for you to give them a chip.
Yeah, and using the certain busters will charge the custom gauge. Certain ones will use it. Like a Rolls Barrier buster will consume parts of the custom gauge. The barrier.
Who's the next Dark Lloyd? Sorry, Dark Lloyd infected person.
It's Shapeman actually, isn't it?
Shapeman, yeah.
Oh, so an actual Dark Lloyd.
Yeah.
No, actually we have to do plus and minus keys first.
Yeah.
Then we have to go to the scariest place, the Undernet.
Nagarok, if you get hit, your custom gauge drops, so... You don't want to get hit too often. And if you're using the buster, you get hit more often. So.
The roll arrow gives you quite a lot of buster as well, and I believe it actually gives you busters from firing it. You don't even have to hit,
Yeah.
so that's probably why it's used.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm using. It's basically one of the biggest reasons you use roll, so you can just constantly fire chips off.
Yeah, it's
So
just
here's
not the
the-
fastest charge time out of 4 base navis.
Here's the shocking revelation about the story. All those navies you fought were actually just examiners. They weren't actually hacked by the Dark Lloyds, that's just what they told you to get you to fight them.
Or at least that's implied. It's never outright, like, very directly explained.
Well, he's like, okay, you defeated the 6 navies that were part of the test. And if you go here before you defeat all of them, he says like, well, the aptitude test already started the day after you got your apprentice license, which is when you got the first email about them. So it's heavily implied, I'd say.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just a shame that they, ran out of time and couldn't expand on this just a little bit more.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of unused story stuff in these scripts. Like there's a translator item that wasn't used at all, that would have been used to have you read the description on some cyber door somewhere, and then it says you have to pay Buckrex to get through, but it was scrapped. There's a couple other items like that.
.5 law.
Yes, Eurasia power attacks are actually what you do if you hold the B button down, and the charge shot is Mega Man specific power attack.
I think he means like situations like where they talk about Electopia, but where is the player right now and stuff like that, or Mega Man mentioning that he knows Blue, Proto Man and stuff like that.
Yeah. There aren't really too many instances of Navis mentioning other Navis in the universe. Gutsman mentions Roll, and as Nex mentioned, Mega Man mentions Blues or whatever, but that's about where it ends, unfortunately. There's some BBS posts, or actually not BBS posts, some missions for Proto Man that mention World 3 and Gospel, so it seems to take place in the universe.
I think there's a Nebula one as well.
Now, see, Hub isn't directly mentioned, but Mega Man will respond, like, rather not respond, but, regarding small talk and personal questions, Navis can ask you about siblings and whatnot, and I believe Mega Man asks you about your brother in a very slightly different way, like, kind of hesitantly, like he's thinking about something.
Yeah,
So,
if he asks you about your little brother, he's like hesitating.
yeah, there's like a pause in between, like, do you maybe have a little brother?
Yeah, it's pretty cute. Also, I think like if Roll asks you about your big brother, she like gets flirty and stuff.
What? I shouldn't have turned her down.
She only wants Fat Kid.
That's true.
So where we're at in the story right now is so we got the Apprentice license, then we did the Silver tournament and the Gold tournament, and we beat all 6 Navis that were being hacked by the Dark Lloyds to go berserk. And then we went to the official tournament preliminaries examiner, and he tells you to go to Internet 12, to go to the... No, actually, he tells you to go get plus key and minus key from Blackworks, which is a group of heel Navis who don't like the official tournament, they want to sabotage it. So they stole the plus key and minus key, which are the keys for a lock in front of the entry hall for the official tournament. So you have to get it back from them, and they're in 2 different areas. So one of them that we're doing right now is you have to fight like a gauntlet of different heel Navi fights. And the other one is a marathon fight, I think.
Yeah, he summons viruses for a few fights beforehand. Even though you only need to get back 1 key from these guys, and the guy who gave you this little quest gives you the other key, the brother that you get the key from is always the second one that you fight.
I don't think Blackworks is that bad, really.
While we were translating and editing it, it seemed like Blackworks was going to be this big thing, and then actually it's like it's about 5 minutes worth of gameplay, and then
Yeah,
they go.
it's really just because we happen to like come into the project, and that's one of the first parts of the game that we happen to look at. We're like, whoa, what's this? We've never heard of Blackworks before. Are they the villainous organization? Is this the New World 3?
But no, it's just this one little quest.
Okay, I mean, in Japanese, you do have a word for dark, that's Kurai, and you've got a word for black, which is very similar sounding, but it's actually Kuroi. You can use black and white to say good and evil just like you would in English, but, it can have either meaning, so we just kept the black when they used it. Oh, and in the case of Blackworks, it's just black in katakana, so Blackworks.
Yeah, it's like Black Mage and White Mage, I'd say.
Oh, this fight's actually the worst.
I guess you don't have air shoes after all.
No.
That's Float. Speaking of lore, when I first started playing the game, I got really confused because the Navis, when making small talk with you, can talk about chips that you've used, and at the start of the game you've got a few Navi chips in your folder.
Oh.
So, my Navi was saying, like, don't you think that you rely on Number Man a bit too much? It's like, what? I haven't played as Number Man. What is this all about? Do you know Number Man? I think I was playing as, like, Elect Man or Plant Man or something. It's like, what is this weird lore?
Mega Man is very neutral. Proto Man is like respectful all the time. He apologizes whenever he fails.
He's very
Whereas
loyal, that's one of the words we used to describe him frequently.
Sorry?
Protoman is very loyal. That's one of the words that we always used to refer to him as.
Yeah, pretty much.
Base is an asshole.
Yeah. He calls
That's it in a
you.
nutshell.
He calls you Kuso all the time, I think.
Kisama. I believe that
Kisama,
dark ships
yeah.
are just dark ships in Japanese. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they come up in some of the dialogue in the Protoman missions.
Yeah, it's just Dark Chip.
Yeah.
I mean, Forte does ask you all the same questions everyone else would. He's just very... I guess it sounds like he's being forced to do it, which he kind of is by the writers.
Yeah, he doesn't really want to ask.
It's like, hey,
Ouch.
what's the name of the kindergarten you go to again?
He says, a lot.
Yeah, he does. He's very tsundere, I guess. He's like, you suck. Do you have a favorite food, though? It's about as edgy as you'd expect.
Oh my god.
So you're having some fun with this fight.
This
got
is
That's
this,
one of
man.
the
how it
worst.
reads.
Do you have the Fire Plus chip?
I do not.
Ah.
Disgusting.
These fights are actually garbage.
Yeah, Roll doesn't quite know how to like handle a whole.
And then there's like one more heel Nabi fight
Yeah,
after this.
it's a gauntlet, like 5 enemies.
I think it's something like 3, and there's a Black Heel Navi in the last fight, too.
How are we in estimate, by the way?
I don't have the TeamBN stream open. Let me check.
We're still technically according to estimate, we've still got an hour and 13 minutes left.
Oh, that's fine.
Boomerang's great.
And yeah, I think we're doing fine.
Alright, cool.
I believe Forte does, like, threaten to block and delete emails from the person he liked, and he's like, heh, just kidding.
There we go. Alright, fight's done.
Do you think it might be worth to buy some chips from the chip store?
Possibly. There's not really anything all that good. Yeah, I bought Super Bowl thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of that would be worth buying. Main issue is you've only got one math drill, right?
Yeah.
There's no point in doing them yet.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, I agree.
you can always switch over to the debug build.
Yeah. I'll give a few more tries. I'm close.
Just like use the cheat for all chips. Go to town.
Oh man, cheater strats. What chaotic feels like.
It's no different from using the real gate.
Excuse you? That's exactly how it feels like?
Hey, Prof, you want me to go through and find some choice baselines to read out?
Sure, why not?
On the net, those rare enough to hold strong power are my favorite food. On the other hand, your favorite food is so easy to get hold of. I'm jealous.
Oh man. Taste is precious.
We didn't find anyone strong on the net this time. For you, it'd be like if your favorite food wasn't on the table during the meal.
What does he say about your siblings?
Oh, I like this one. Hey, does your younger sister use the net too? There's nobody powerful on the net. It's just perfect for someone like her.
Yo, what a bully.
Second.
If you've got the free time to be looking at the data library, how about you practice your operating instead?
He's got one unused line where he's like, letting you operate me was a mistake. At least I've never seen it used.
That might be what he says if you fail the tutorial. I'm not sure.
No, it's in the after checkout files. Like each Navi has a message that you get after you check out, and there's a second message that's like, oh, I failed or something, but I don't think it ever shows up. Maybe if you lose a tournament, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's what that is, losing a tournament. Let me see. His hobby lines are super interesting. How about we stop gathering chips at a snail's pace and go do print hobby or something?
Print hobby?
Your favorite hobby. You know, come on, bear with me here.
So Markro, how do you play this game in Japanese?
You memorize which ships are canon. And use those first.
If you're trying to learn Japanese, this game is very good speed reading because you've got to be able to identify
Hey,
the ship
this
names
looks
in
good.
battle.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
There you go.
Got him.
easy.
Oh, is that what it was? Easy.
Yeah.
First
First
try.
try. Oh yeah, there's one more.
Enjoy the last one.
So that full energy score. We'll see if I need it.
So this is their official tournament sabotage plan.
Oh.
Just steal the keys to the entry hall.
Yeah, well,
Oh
there's just no
boy.
hole.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, I already grabbed one though.
Tell me the name of one of your friends. I'll defeat them thoroughly. stop wasting time looking at mail and tell me the name of the boy you like. Alright, I'm all done looking at baselines.
Yeah, this is, well, I'm not sure if I'd call this the end of the game. But
Well,
it's
as far as-
towards the end of the run, at least.
Yeah, the run is the first 3 tournaments out of 4, just because of how the game's ending works. Playing for the ending on stream isn't really feasible, so it's going to be up to the official tournament. We've done 2 to 3 of the tournaments so far, so...
Yeah, it's just this fight, then the marathon fight, then Shademan, and then the official tournament.
Yep, gotta go through the internet for that though, so it'll take a little bit.
Laserman and Base are in the Chaos area. So it's not required for the official tournament. It's too bad that counter hitting doesn't multiply your damage in this game.
Yeah, not having full synchro makes this game a million times harder.
Yeah, each Navi has a different min and max, and you probably have, I don't know, as roll, if you're playing a lot, probably 500 or so by this point, maybe. It's 900, I think. I looked
Well,
at the guide earlier.
It depends on how much you play, because she like gets 1 HP up per day, unless you do minigames.
Roll's max is 900, I just checked.
So after you beat one of them, one of the black works, he tells you to go beat his little brother because he's like feeling sorry or something.
Well, if you beat the little brother first, he tells you to go beat up his old brother.
Yeah. They put some thought into this game. I mean, it is little, but she also starts with first barrier. Yeah, some navis start with 300 HP.
That's time starts with 200, and he gets HP from just like winning battles.
I think it's like every 8 or 10 battles he gets plus 10.
Oh.
It looks like Woodman ends the game with the most if you max him at 1500.
So here's the Iceman minigame, aka the best minigame in the game.
Yes, all of the navis have special lines for if you approach their standing like refights with them.
Yeah, for-
Nightman and Base, there's a bunch of random NPCs around, well, not random, but if you go fight them once each, you get max HP.
Yeah.
Wow, 90 zenny. Really
Whole
good.
90 zenny.
Yeah, you get so little from Iceman's minigame, and from the minigames in general, really.
Sir kills in this area in this save.
Base also starts with 300, I think. He also starts with first barrier 100.
That's just cheating.
Base has 300, I'm checking right now in the guide.
I'm not sure about Pro Man. Uh-oh.
Protoman starts with 200. Yep, that's correct. It's like you got the guide in front of you too.
So here's the other flag works, Navi.
Yeah, this one's a gauntlet fight. There's like 5 fights?
Sounds about
5 or
right.
6.
Yeah, basis charge shots are really OP. Darkness Overload takes a long time to charge though. Yeah, saving in this game takes longer because it's using a cartridge that has flash memory on it. It's actually using the same cartridge that Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire use, Pokemon Emerald. So it has a RTC battery on it, real-time clock battery, which lets it keep the time while the game is turned off. And it also has flash memory, whereas the other games have battery-backed memory. And saving to battery-backed memory is quite quick, but saving to flash memory is slow.
You should use Shot Star.
I want to heal first. Then go super slow.
Yo, Marker, how long do you think double TeamBN's is gonna take?
A long time, given how tired I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap for like 4 hours.
Alright. Oh.
See ya.
See ya. Thanks for having me on.
See ya. Thanks for commentating.
Ah, so you're playing double team DS after this. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go straight from this into 5DS?
MMBN makes some questionable life choices.
Yeah, like, that's nuts.
Yeah.
These fights don't actually look that bad, honestly.
No, these aren't up until last. Where you start getting the heal values.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's kind of bad.
Oh no.
Oh, my favorite.
Putting these viruses in the 4.5 was a mistake.
Also spiders.
Yeah, but at least you can hit the spiders.
Oh, I'm not even gonna go for it.
Like, imagine if you went into this fight without the Pellet Buster.
You should recover. If you have chips for it.
Thank you. Okay.
At least it's not. At least it's not 3 heal navies.
That's true.
Turbo Man.
Turbo Man is your favorite Navi?
Yeah, why not?
'Cause he's from Battleship Challenge.
Exactly.
The best game.
He doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't he sit on the bus that was about to explode or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what he
BN1?
does. He sits on the bus.
Yeah, it looks cool. What more could you need, really?
I guess design-wise, I like Plant Man.
Plant Man is pretty good too. Personality-wise too, really.
I'm gonna play this one safe. I know there it is.
Super Kendo Man. Yeah, he's not melee, he just dashes. You don't need to go up to the front.
Oh. Well, okay.
I
I
thought
played
you had 3 times,
BN4
though.
like twice. Easy.
So after you beat both of them, they give up and they go surrender to the officials. And you get the key.
Oh, so that's what it is. Got it. The counter chips are pretty much mandatory when you're trying to fill out the library at the end of the game. The trick is to basically find the virus that you want to get a chip from, and find a battle where there's a Metar in the battle too. Or anything that's easy to counter, like a Gaia.
Or get the gate and slow in the real chip.
Well,
That's literally the answer to maxing out the standard library.
Does it register in the standard library if you slot it in?
Yep.
That's nice. Is it like yellow?
No, it just shows up like the normal ones.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is a bit broken because you can just get it filled out very quickly.
Yeah, just get one of Tofu's chips.
Erasure says you don't get a picture, but it counts.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
you don't
it
get a
is-
picture? I know it definitely counted, but I don't think it didn't give you a picture.
So it is slightly different. Yeah, you can order chips in this game.
Can't, you mean?
Yeah, you can. So now that NMarkro handed the minus key back to the examiner, he got the plus key as well. And now he has to go to Internet 12 all the way back to unlock the 2 doors.
Yeah. Or actually, on a stun. Stun's an official tournament, doesn't take forever. Still have yet to play the mini games that I had saved up. Actually, I only have one done.
If that was a save screen message, that should have sounded like, don't turn off the power.
Maybe it saves faster on emulator, so it doesn't print the whole thing.
I think it prints the whole thing before it's done saving. Could be wrong.
Let me check.
Oh, I see what he means. It says do not turn, then pauses while it's actually saving, then prints the rest of it.
Oh, is that really it? Huh.
Yeah, that's
what
what
it
it
does?
was. Yeah, that's what it is.
I haven't actually played much of the patch, so I didn't know. Right. It's technically not Electricity Day, but it's close enough. It's what they went with. Fair enough.
No, it shows the whole thing for me in emulator. The whole message.
The next time he saves, look and you'll see it. The first time I thought it was the stream lagging, but I kept seeing it.
Yeah, Scarlet Eisen. Friday means that elect viruses show up, and if you look in the
Oh,
upper
yeah,
right
should've-
corner, sorry?
I heard he responded.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, you can see in the top right, the Friday is yellow, so that means elect viruses. And in the Japanese version, it would just say the kanji for that day, which also implies the element.
Yeah, I'm sure in some of the other games you can push boy bombs with the Buster. But in here you need to use air shot, which makes it really kind of annoying to use. Yep, that's the kanji. Really, it seems like there might be one game where you can. Am I just remembering wrong?
I think you're thinking of the fact that you can slow it down when they push over to your
so
side.
it is just when the viruses use it. Wait, but
I think in BN5 you can push it with the Buster.
you don't push the virus back, you just stop them though, so I don't think I'm confusing it for that.
Yeah, you can like briefly stop that with the Buster. Like continue moving.
I think in BN5 if you place a boy bomb yourself, you can push it with the Buster. Or do you mean specifically the one that the virus creates?
No, I meant the one that you create, but I guess I'm wrong.
Hmm.
Yep, that's all. There's no special viruses on the weekend, unfortunately. But they put wind viruses like the fan and whatnot on Monday. Just to kind of fill up space.
Well, I had to get all the chips be available somewhere.
Oh yeah, okay, so I see, Reg, I was right then. Yeah, see, I thought you could shoot it with the Buster in your own chip version 1 game. I was just surprised when I tried to use the chip with 4.5 and couldn't push it with the Buster. Yeah, this part takes forever. You learn how to get around here eventually after playing through with a bunch of navies, but boy is it tedious.
Yeah, it's a pain. And the worst part is you don't get the shortcut to Internet 12 unless you go all the way there to unlock the 2 gates.
Yeah, it pretty much gimps the chip. Like, I don't think anyone really wants to have air shot in their folder at that point. It is nice. Kanji are great. It's just a shame that they're... Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, so here you talk to the guy at the entry hall, and he pretends to receive info about a criminal in the internet, and you have to go defeat him, and it's actually like a final test. But as it turns out, it was actually a real criminal that he got info about, and he thought it was the test navi. So he sends you to go defeat Shapeman, the special S-rank criminal, I think.
Yep. Basically, when the guy like answers the transceiver thing, the guy on the other end says like the mark is a coffin. It sounds like they usually apply some kind of mark to the target, and it's just like some navi they have hired running around or something that you have to go catch. So the guy's like, coffin? We've never done that one before, but okay, sure.
Yeah. Oh, the time change menu. Let me see there.
Background here makes the bitrate go all sorts of funky.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
I'm sure it does.
I don't know about a Navi emblem. It's kind of hard to say because we never see the test performed properly. We only see how it goes wrong with Shademan. When they tell you, like, to look for a coffin, he's just in his coffin.
Oh, you're right, mate. It does only say, do not turn.
Does it print the rest after it finishes saving?
I don't think so. I have to look into that.
Add it to the list of bugs. We got that and what? There was something earlier, right?
Roll brought up something
Oh,
additional,
yeah,
something you hadn't
yeah,
already done.
The dreams. I'm gonna make notes of these so we don't forget.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The wish list, I think it was.
Yeah.
So that's another kind of tricky one to translate, because originally it was some Japanese word that meant a thing you want, as in like an object you want, like the latest smartphone or something. And there's not really a short way to say that in English, so it was changed to wish list instead. So like, what's on your wish list? Yeah, so this is where the version 2 viruses start to appear. And after you beat the official tournament, all the viruses get upgraded. So the viruses in the like regular internet areas become version 2, and the viruses here become version 3.
God, I feel like I'm getting lost.
You have to keep going. You have to go to the bottom of the ramp and keep going up.
You can always find the lower level viruses in the like individual comp areas though, if you need the chips.
Yeah, that's just like in BN4.
I want to say in Battle Network 4 there was a virus or two that they missed putting in the comps, so if you didn't get their chip on, I think, the second run, they wouldn't show up until you looped back around to the 5th run.
You can't loop back around. It just always stays on super hard after game 2.
Oh really? I thought it looped around, huh?
Nope.
The only thing that loops is the contents of blue mystery datas, right?
Well, once you've got all 3 of the rewards, it just has the same reward every game, I think.
Yeah, it turns into Zenny, right?
Y plus instead of EX, ask Capcom. That's how it was in BN4.
Whoops.
You get HP ups, HP memories in different ways depending on the Navi. So like with Mega Man, you do mini games that you pick up in GMDs. With Roll, you get fortune at the start of the day when you first check in, and then you have to go to the area that's listed to find it. You have to go to the bottom of the ramps here and then diagonally up. For Roll, you get the hard data. You can also do mini games, and then there's like Navis like Nightman and Base. They fight random NPCs on the net, and when you beat them, you get extra HP. Or Navis like Fireman, I think Napalm Man, I'm not sure. I think
Fireman, Aquaman, Electman, Plantman are the elemental eating Navis.
Okay,
We're in
yeah.
Shade
So
Man.
whenever you get a new Shade Man, here's the actual story of the game.
Story, heavy quotes. It's really, you're just finding Shade Man here. He gets mad, you fight him.
Yeah.
There's no, I don't think Nebula is mentioned even in the missions.
Nope. But Dark Lloyds are.
If you're playing as Junkman, you can feed him bug frags 3 times a day to raise his math HP.
Yeah. Number Man asks you to do a math drill first time you jack in. Starman has the same as Roll, he tells you where to find star data. Fireman, Electman, Aquaman, and what was the last one? Plantman?
Yeah, Plantman.
Yeah, so whenever you get a new chip from a battle reward, he asks you if he can eat it. If it's a chip he hasn't eaten. Yeah, it has to be a chip that matches their element and one that he hasn't eaten yet. And then when you do
can eat
that,
one chip twice, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's 2 per chip.
Yeah, but the game doesn't keep track for you, so it can be really hard to remember if you ate, you know, like Heat V once or twice, or if it's the first time.
Yeah. And with Proto Man, Search Man,
And
Shadow Man, and Napalm Man, yeah, you get a mission from the officials or Dark Guild or whatever, a certain amount of time after you jack in and jack out again. And you do the mission, and then you get an HP memory.
Nice.
Nice. There goes Shake Man.
Yeah, the mission navis and the elemental chip eating ones are all the worst ones to have to get HP ups for. Everyone else, you can pretty much just grind mini games.
So now that you've beaten Shademan, you actually get a shortcut back to Undernet 12, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you have to go back the way you came, I think.
Ah.
If you have this way, you go to Chaos area.
Yeah, are you supposed to be going this way?
Yeah.
You gonna try Laserman?
No.
Oh, the Neo Fairy.
He really wanted the Neo variable.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think if you go that way and you're playing as Thunderman, there's a door you can open.
Well, I know you can go back to Undernet 1 and then you can open a gate. And that way you can get back to Internet 12.
The plot thickens.
But wait, I thought that was your crush.
That's a secret.
I mean, it could be both, right?
Say that on stream.
Mm-mm.
Now it's a real folder.
Oh yeah. Time to use double life sword from the back row. I forget, do you need 1,000 Zenny to register for the official tournament first time?
No,
That's
it's free
the
the first
first
time.
Oh, is it for the first time? Wow.
Yeah, because
It
they're
says
like,
an
oh,
apology
wait,
for Shademan
we
mix-up.
actually, yeah. We actually send you after Shademan. Oops. Is the Shademan command code in this?
I don't think so. It'd be very weird if it was.
I don't know, I never actually really used those.
The Shademan one is pretty great.
What do you mean stack your folder?
You can stack your folder in this game. It is slower, but it is possible.
Well, you'd only get, you could only really stack the first 3 chips, right?
Yeah, and you can't tell the exact slots they're in. You kind of have to guess. But just due to how long saving takes, it's generally not worth it. I used to
Yeah.
do it for Video Man. That's about it. But even when I would do it on Video Man, it's almost like gauge burst or whatever I was doing.
Hey, roll is data.
I love Internet 10.
Internet 10 and Internet 9 are the best.
That's sarcasm, right?
Yeah.
No, I love the donut one.
I don't know when the game was introduced.
Yeah, I don't think there are command codes in this. Since Varsword's just, you know, random. Nearby.
Oh, I forgot Varsword was random in this. It's good for me, I could never do the commands.
Yeah. Hopefully, I was in practice earlier. Area locked like Kendo Man or something. The Neovard use double life sword from the very back row. But thanks for the spiders. So thank you.
I mean,
the
the,
super
the
S range.
best command is always the triple sonic boom, isn't it?
Click clack. Beep.
How does age work with nabbies? How old is Top Man? Why is he an old man? Was he intentionally made that way?
Yes. When someone created him, they were being very sadistic. Oh yeah, math
Oh
drills.
boy, time for math.
Diabolical.
It hurts to admit, but I think Number Man's minigame is probably the most bearable.
Markro, what's going on here?
It's trial and error. I'm literally 0 years old. I'm in
Literally.
preschool.
You're not in preschool. You just came out of the womb.
Yeah, there's no penalty for hitting the wrong thing.
No, he makes you do the same equation again as punishment.
In the first place in this universe, you shouldn't just be able to go out and buy a PET that has Mega Man on it.
Mega Man Roll, Guts Man, and Number Man.
Well, Mega Man is the only real Navi, that's why he doesn't appear in the tournaments. It's 4.5 canon.
Fun Man.
Fun Man.
Oh, I got the hard one there.
Let me show you some girl power.
Such Man always seems to be at the end of the official tournament. It's like how Metal Man always makes it to the end of the earlier one.
Ah, it only does 50 damage when you bounce it back.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Bye yesterday.
Shot star, shot star.
Ouch. You can shoot the ice cube into him, right? With air shot.
It doesn't do much. Do the elemental
Oh.
lava chips affect time stop chips? Like would Fire Plus affect Shot Star?
Oh,
I assume so.
probably.
So even those ones only do 50. Hmm.
Yeah, it's weird. I guess he just pushes them harder when he pushes them into you because they hit you for a lot more than 50.
Nice.
Nice.
Hmm.
What code even is that?
It's just random according to Grega Master. Ah, dude, Nightman is the best.
Was that double slash that Barsor did even in this series until later, as its own standalone chip?
It's like step cross, but without the step.
Yeah.
I'm not. When was Step Crossed introduced
Isn't that-
first, though?
Proto Man's thing, Hawk Cart or whatever.
I think Step Cross was like in BN 2 or 3.
I know they had Step Sword. I'm not sure if they had Step Cross or not.
The process and
Maybe. I always forget stuff about 3. It's too big of a game.
And we talk about having to devise a personality for Thunderman, who has literally like 2 lines in the entire series.
It was tough setting him apart from Windman.
I mean, they're basically the same, aren't they?
They're pretty
More or
similar.
less.
Thunderman's a bit more rough and casual with you, but when it comes down to it, they're both like gods. God nappies, you know?
Thunderman kind of acts like Raoul.
It's surprising how much personality they gave Nightman.
Nightman is great. He's like my favorite Navi to write for.
Also, Junkman. Like, both
Yeah.
me and Jumi went into 4.5 not like hating Junkman the most. But then Junkman's writing is actually so good that he became one of our favorite Navis.
Yeah, you know, Junkman, even in EXE4, he didn't have much of a personality, but they made him, like this lonely, broken guy who gets attached to you in 4.5. They also
Yeah.
give him a stutter. I'm not sure if he had the stutter in EXE4 or not, I can't remember.
I think he did, but not in BN4.
He might have. I've looked through the dump before, but I've never actually played Battle Network 4 in Japanese myself, so I don't have that experience. But
In-
he
in
definitely
B-
didn't seem like broken and lonely in a 4. He was the antagonist, you know, of
Nice.
that
Yeah.
part.
In BN4 they just winged it. Felt like. Alright, one more fight.
Get ready for search, man.
Hey,
Maybe EXE4 is the alternate universe where Junkman doesn't get an operator, so he gets really mad and starts causing trouble.
Interestingly, in the operation battle text for BN4, Junkman is stuttering, and he's like using all capital text, same as they do with Mr. Prof.
In the end, even though more capital text would have been accurate, we decided not to go with it because it's kind of hard on the eyes.
Yeah, it's annoying to read, and like most people will only see the Junkman text that appears in the story, which is not all capitals. So we did give him the stutter though.
Yeah, the stutter was such a distinct part of his character, we couldn't really leave that out.
Yeah.
Now, but before I joined the project, Junkman was going to have a Brooklyn accent.
that
Wait,
one's
what?
all
I don't remember this.
How do
That
you
one's
not
all
remember
midnight.
this? Yeah, that was
Wait.
midnight, yeah.
How? I don't remember this. What was it like?
I think most of the lines have been removed right now, so I can't really quote them.
Yeah. I don't know if
Mid.
it's
I remember near the end of the project, I did start finding a few that slipped through the cracks and hadn't been removed, reverted to our current plans for them yet.
Mid.
This fight looks to be going well. When is time? When you delete him?
when roll reaches the top of the turn.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not like we had too much to go off of for Junkman or most of the navies.
Yeah, I guess in EXE4, yeah, I guess if he's possessing Mega Man, he would be like trying to imitate Mega Man, but like do it poorly. So you'd get that, I suppose.
Yeah, so it's this weird choice between trying to keep what Battle Network 4 already established by making him kind of slangy and just a big jerk, or writing him in such a way that the Japanese text will actually make sense, because he gets attached to you like he's... Junkman kind of likes you. That
Nice.
Yeah.
really wouldn't have fit with Battle Network 4's sloppy interpretation of how he is in Japanese.
And time.
He basically proclaims his love for you at the end of like, I think it's the official tournament.
Yeah, that's where every Navi gets their cutscene. We're getting rolls now.
Yeah. So get ready
Does this
for Fat Cake.
official? Does this official tournament have a chip roulette?
Yep.
Yep.
Every tournament is a chip roulette.
Are we getting an interview?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh!
It's canon.
So if you didn't fill in your crush, she would just say like, "Oh, we should post to all our friends" or something.
Yeah, everyone's got a generic line for if you didn't supply them with the info for this.
Yeah. Like Proto Man tells you that, the player's knowledge of best subject really helped out, but he should probably study worst subject a bit more.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Better than Guts fan.
Alright. So that was official tournament.
Yeah. How are we doing on this?
Nice.
Matt?
Let's see.
You're 25 minutes under, so good.
Can I show off the Google
And minus
Translate
3
version?
starting at the beginning.
Yes, do it.
Yeah, you've got time. So anything else you want to show off? Because you're also the next run. So
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe show off the chaos area first in the debug build.
Yeah, that might make more sense because that's actual proper game.
Yeah.
One sec.
So you should be able to get into chaos area 2 without getting all the chips. Or you could just use the debug menu to get them all.
And you can also just warp there, so.
Yep. 5 times walking speed. Was the game any fun at all? No.
It's a little bit closer to like an owning a Navi simulator than the other games are. There's a bit less focus on stuff like story. No,
Yeah, so-
4.5 is not released in English. You probably saw 4.
Yeah. So because NMarkro beat the official tournament, he now has Fireman and Woodman available to him. So this is the debug menu, and you go really fast with this,
This is the secret Sonic mode.
basically. So normally you need the trophy to get in here, which you get from beating the official tournament, and you also need a G license.
I've never been in here.
So all the navies that give you minigames are in here, and you can do the minigames again. They're harder this time, and then you get like some special item.
Might want to edit your folder if you're going to do any fights.
Well, he's got insta kill, so
Oh yeah, I do.
Fun.
what do you mean it's not an actual menu? It is an actual menu. It's just rendered in
Oh.
the text box. Just press select on the enemy. That's then it kills them. Easy
Best
peasy.
in this game.
You're really good at this, but you couldn't get this.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It doesn't give you an S rank if you move. I'll have to look at the
Alright. How
exact
hard
way
is
that
this
it
map?
calculates it.
This is
You're still going to be
chaos.
0 years old, aren't
It's
you?
not hard.
Diabolical
Oh, no.
map problem.
15 questions.
Uh-oh.
It's a smart 0-year-old.
So the box in the top left is the notorious number man minigame text box. It doesn't really fit any text.
It's simple.
It's simple.
Right. So you can also use the debug menu to get the unlocker to open this.
I have a feeling I know what this is.
Blackwing.
Yeah, no links. Oh, is this where you fight?
This is Laser Man.
Yeah.
He has a really cool cutscene. This is like the best dialogue in the game, I think.
Oh no, how are we ever going to beat him? Alright, good job. Yo, there again, that's right.
You did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Laughter.
He would have to go out of his way to make a legit folder for a legit battle.
Yeah, no. I've
Yeah.
seen this battle, like YouTube videos.
It's just the same as the one from 4.
Yeah.
There's no new fights or new battles, new navies in this game unless you count Starman.
Did that say 100 plus 90?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That what
That's
it's
how
normally
they
supposed to
phrase
say?
it.
That's how
Yeah,
it was in the
it's
Japanese
normal.
version.
That's-
It's supposed to be a puzzle.
Wow,
It's-
what a puzzle.
They call them S-frags, not standard chips.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's first-rate math. If you put in like a really high age and you put in college, you get like a complicated math equation.
Yeah, complicated. I don't think the final answer is ever above 32. It
Yeah,
does
you
put
get the same
multiplication,
thing.
division, but
Oh, you just found a frozen letter that lets you play Iceman's minigame.
Face is at the top of the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll try to find him legit. At least one.
What do you mean
sure?
legit? You can't do it.
I mean, legit with the,
it's
all
gonna
the
be a lot
chips
of
that I
early
have.
rows. He's got life for, I think.
Just put in final gun.
That's the plan.
Prof, you should have made the debug patch remove folder restrictions.
I mean, you already have insta-kill. So what's the point? Or Holy Dream. You could do the duo
Ooh.
strat that Method did. Although I guess Base would just destroy your panels.
Oh. I'll try that.
I see we're keeping it as the Z-Saver instead of Z-Saber.
Absolutely.
I
Prof won't
disagree
let
with
us
this
edit
decision.
any of the chips at all.
Well, some of the names are different. Like
They're set power.
Gundel
levels.
Sol is Gundel S, and Ball is Cannonball.
It doesn't keep track of your S-rank records in 4.5, sadly.
Yeah,
DS
so
are
there's
also a set power,
no way to increase them. Yeah.
since there's no dark chips, of course.
Yeah, but you can still use them, right? The DS chips.
Yeah. You just use them as normal chips in here. There's no, like, you have to have a whole
Yeah.
requirement or anything. They just work.
Yeah.
Really, they should have just named them EX and SP, but they wanted to retain the compatibility and the same stuff as 4, since you can fight against 4.
Yeah, there's actually no new chips in 4.5. All the chips that you might think are new are actually already usable in BN4 Operation Battle.
This is
Alright, we got a good folder here. Maybe. Doesn't she have Barrier as one of her busters?
She does, it just takes a long time to charge.
Yeah, it's really bad.
If you get hit once, you're gonna die. You know that, right?
Yeah, I just won't get hit.
Well, he's got first Barrier.
Heads up to all those base dogs on the left and right. We don't know what they are.
Whoa, that's violent.
I wasn't sure about that, but Jumi and Lex wanted to keep it.
Hang on a minute. Wait a sec. You wanted to keep it too. It's
I wouldn't-
fine.
I wouldn't mind if it changed. No, it is edited. But we were like, alright, let's just keep it like that.
Something that really threw me off, I think when you try to go into the Undernet or something with Aquaman.
No, it's when, I think it's when you beat Laserman, he's like, well, the next area, you're screwed, basically. Aquaman's like, well, going in there is like suicide. You
Oh, yeah,
guys,
that's right.
you guys
Okay.
really didn't like it.
Well, no, it's not that I didn't like it. It just surprised me that they said the word suicide.
Yeah,
but
Aquaman
you
can't
look
say
in the
suicide.
scripts, and it.
They say
I think we
suicide a
found that
couple
it shows
times.
up in some of the other games, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah. I don't remember if I kept it.
I think you ended up changing it. I think you said like going in there is asking to be deleted or something.
Let me see.
Might want to try and load up the Google Translate ROM now then.
Yeah.
Are you not going to show the cutscene after you beat the base?
How can you? Oh, I guess you can press select
Yeah.
on him, huh? Yeah, do that first.
Yeah.
Then.
I'd also try the Under Tournament, because there's also a bit of story there.
Is there really?
Kind of. Like Base shows up for revenge. Bye-bye, Base.
Oh, you did it.
Wow. Wow.
I can't wait
Yeah,
to see.
there's an insta-kill cheat in this version. So if you want to do the Under Tournament, just press select and then Tour, Start Tournament, and then Under.
Aw.
I can't wait to see 4.5's secret hidden Abbey. Gas man.
You don't have to register first.
Oh.
You just start it immediately.
Whoa. Battle mongers. Oh shit.
Is that actually a word, Jumi?
Battlemongers?
Yeah, I don't think that's what I put in for the translation, but I think that's what it got edited to.
I'm not getting
just
any
like-
results on Google.
It's like,
That wasn't my edit either.
I think you can just attach monger to anything, can't you? Just someone who really likes doing something, someone hungry for something.
Yeah,
Let's be a
I
monger,
guess.
I guess.
I guess warmonger is the thing.
Oh, we have to leave it in now.
I didn't write it in, it was already there. Pretty sure it was already
I don't
there.
remember putting in the word monger. It's not something I would have wrote.
I guess it's all Lex's fault then.
I didn't edit this part.
Max.
I blame mid. It can only have been mid.
Yeah, it must have been mid. I guess he's not here to defend himself. So.
Oh, well, he said you wrote it in.
Nah. I don't remember it either. I don't know how it got in. Let's check the version history.
One of our late night editing sessions. Might be left over from
I
Darknet.
think I redid the
No.
entire tournament plot from scratch. It's too big to go through and just correct.
Yeah, I guess it is fine. Maybe.
Everyone's seen it now. It's too late to change.
Yeah. Well.
Battle crazed madmen.
So the funny part about this is if you do the Under Tournament as base, then his one-liner is be gone, and then the other base's one-liner is also be gone. But your one-liner has the ellipsis after the be gone, and his has the ellipsis before the be gone.
I'm sure if that you do a base against base finals here, he does say something like there can only be one.
No, it doesn't really change.
Aw.
Back it, please.
Oh, see, I'm sure there's like special dialogue here for base versus base. There's a little cutscene after all, there's gotta be.
No, the only thing he says is, I don't need an operator to battle or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. I remember editing that.
Junkman.
Hey, Junkman.
Easy.
So that's all the story in 4.5, basically.
Alright, one more thing. Oh, no one saw that.
Oh, oh no.
I can't remember what Anley stands for.
Oh, no.
Anomaly. It stands for anomaly.
Ah, that sounds right, yeah.
Or anally.
Wait, is the clock set right now?
No.
Here we go,
This
gtrans.gpa.
is Google Translate.
Man, I want to do
You need to go to Gutsman. You have
yes,
to.
yes, you should do Guts Man. I don't know if you have a save that has them all unlocked, but Plant Man's good.
So this one doesn't have debug features, unfortunately. This is the old name into
Small man, big woman.
If you need a save, I can toss you one real quick that has everything unlocked. Well, all the nabbies at least.
Nary is a Gutsman.
Well, is it?
This patch is a lot older, I think.
Guts. Gas by email?
A-chan.
Gas is to what? Mail.
Gas in
check.
check.
Oh my
Gas
God.
and entering.
Damn Guts.
Damn Guts.
Yes, save file. That sounds like a problem, not a success.
You're gonna ruin your cartridge like that. Oh, that's
Number
deep.
is the man.
That's deep. Screenshot that.
Hey Lex, who was it?
A lie is a
Oh,
lie.
Saying
That's
some
awesome.
really weird stuff. Do you remember? It was
Uh,
maybe.
Who was saying something?
I'm sure we got one of the nabbies to say something dirty via Google Translate. Do you remember which one it was?
Oh, it's Starman. He says, together alone, you going to do me or something like that?
I do remember that. It was worse than that, but we should definitely look at that as well.
One of them definitely says shit. I just can't remember which one it is.
It's probably base.
Oh, actually, yes.
So for Starman, you need to
Twinkle twinkle.
save and then switch to a different Navi and then switch back to him. And then you should get that one.
Killian.
It came out.
Recontrol.
Free control.
Please do not
Please do
Keto
not
power.
kill her.
So just to be clear, this patch will not be released. It's pretty unstable.
It's more than just unstable.
Yeah, the instability is clearly the only reason that the public doesn't need to have this. That's the only problem.
Oh, it's different in this version. Must have been the first Google Translate version. Oh well.
If you actually go to a section and go back, he'll prompt a small talk. That will probably be even worse.
He'll ask you a question or
Yeah.
mention like something about something you've told him.
Well, you have to put in some some personal question answers first.
Roast.
Roast.
Oh no.
Gonna roast your young sis.
That's what it was. I remember the roasts. It's because the Japanese word for like people to exist is iru, but it can also mean to like roast or boil something.
Do you have a save where you can play as Forte?
I do not.
Quick, one of you quickly give it to him.
You can make one with the debug version if you hold select on the while the Navi select screen loads. It unlocks all the Navis.
Devon to 5DS. It's probably for the best. That's going to be a long run. Yeah, that was 4.5 in English.
Yeah, thanks for helping out,
No
for
problem.
showing off.
Thanks for your hard work, guys. This was really, really cool.
Yeah,
Thanks
no
for
problem.
playing. Thanks for showing it off. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, so once more, this probably won't be out for a while. All the text is translated, but it still needs to be edited and inserted. And currently only Mega Man and Roll have their text inserted. So it'll take a while before it's all finished. But we'll probably post some more frequent updates from here on out. I guess that's it. You guys
That
have
is it,
anything to say?
Yeah.
Mid, help me edit. That's it.
Alright,
Alright,
thanks.
well.
Next up's Battle Network 5.
Yeah, well, have fun with Battle Network 5.
Yep,
And
good
I
luck.
guess I'll go to sleep now. Because it's
Yeah.
like 10 a.m.
It's 9 AM where I am. This is awful.
Lucky.
Updates will be posted to the forum topic. And maybe to Twitter, but they will always be posted to the forum thread.
Right, it's time for us to head off.
Alright, see you guys later. And
Bye-bye.
you should all visit http://www.therockmanexezone.com.
Nice plug.
Nice. Plug in.